most influential name in Caribbean radio. WZYE 95.9 FM.
With so much life, just come on this way. Not even thinking that we would realize. And if we criticize, we could be ostracized. We don't know who who to trust. That's why I say, Lord, please listen to this prayer that comes from before. Please send us another Moses again. Oh, we just can't go on this way. Please deliver us today. Time to make them oppress us stay. So the children could see their way. Make them get on their knees and pray. Then I'll be up to judgment day. Oh, we just can't make it this way. Please deliver us today. Be like the Israelites did day. Please send us another Moses again. Lord, we just can't make it this way. Yes, deliver us today. Oh, we just can't go this way. No, we just can't make it this way. Please listen to what I say. Yes, hurry up with judgment day. We just can't make it this way. No, we just can't make it this way. Must we get old and gray? And the children can't see their way. Oh, we just can't make it this way. Oh, we just can't make it this way. We like the Israelites living day. Please send us another Jesus again. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, 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 oh. Lord, we just can't go this way. Lord, we just can't make it this way.
I say you get up one morning, your elders have something. You don't know how they get it, but you want to use it. But if you ask them old people to get the things what they went through, ask them this any day, and your parents sure to say, black man have to keep on jamming, for black man to get a little something. Make up your mind, brother, that you're able to get a pulley and jam with the devil. Why? Black man have to keep on jamming, for black man to get a little something. Make up your mind, brother, that you're ready to swim offshore and hold your boat steady. Black man have to keep on jamming, for black man to get a little something. So when you're here, you get a little something. With a dragon eye, you keep watching, because I don't tell you already. Black man do get nothing easy. I say you get up one morning, and oil money running. How it come you don't know, so that it can how the thing go. But if they read about Uriah, they wanna find out the pressure. How we get so much old hell to get a penny from TLL. Black man have to keep on jamming, but black man to get a little something. You got to take up your own cash money, pay people for your own refinery. Black man have to keep on Make up your mind to be a magician, to make money out of scrap iron. Black man have to keep on jamming, for black man to get a little something. So when you hear you get a little something, with that eagle eye you keep watching, because I don't tell you already, black man don't get nothing easy. So we got up one morning, independence happening, getting the thing come easy. Now they're taking liberty, but if they know about petition, we are to send to England for some woman to tell we in this colony free. Black man have to keep on jabbing, for black man to get a little something. You got to go to conference in England to get independence in your own land. Black man have to keep on jamming, for black man to get a little something. People hold you, humiliate you, turn on and sell you, and then they free you. Black man have to keep on jamming, for black man to get a little something. So when you hear you get a little something, with that dragon eye you keep watching, because I don't tell you already, black man don't get nothing easy. So when a black man gets something, he got to start thinking. You get it there easy. You got to practice economy. From getting licks from the slave master to become the land owner, brother, is a terrible journey. Back with plenty brutality. Black man have to keep on jamming, for black man to get a little something. You got to rise up, you got to stand up, pick up your mind, you will always stay on top. Black man have to keep on jamming, for black man to get a little something. You got to go to conference in England to get independence in your own land. Black man have to keep on jamming, for black man to get a little something. You got to take up your own cash money, pay people for your own refinery. Black man have to keep on jamming, for black man to get a little something. Make up your mind to be a magician, to make money out of scrap.
Keep me as the apple of thine eye. Hide me under the shadow of thy wing. O Lord, my Savior. It's so hard to deal with personal struggle. So sad when you feel alone in your trouble. It's real hard when you want to talk to a brother. It's so bad because of how some look at you after. So Jesus, cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me. Cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me. Cover my head. Satan want me dead. Cover my back from human attack. So Jesus, cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me. People see you smile, but don't know the hurt that you're feeling. Even as God's child, at times your heart does be bleeding. Where can you go when you're really looking for healing? Who know how to flow when your soul needs some restoring? So Jesus, cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me. Cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me. Cover me home from evils unknown. Cover my feet so I'll never retreat. Oh Lord, cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me. Cover my brother. Cover my sister. them who under pressure. Cover, 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 cover the preacher, every church worker, the young believer. Cover, 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 the worship leader and intercessor, every gospel minister. Cover, cover, cover. Jesus alone is the one who has the real answer. The one on the throne is the true and loving Father. He will hold your hand and keep you from going under. He will make you stand and let you know he's a fixer. Cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me. Cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me. Cover me, man. You know the struggle sometimes. Cover me mouth, that the wrong thing wouldn't come out. Oh Lord, cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me. Cover the Christian in the midst of aggression with the power of your right hand. Jesus, cover, cover, cover them helpless children. Jesus, defend them. Send help from heaven. Jesus, cover, cover, cover all them radio stations that blessing the nation. Grant divine protection. Jesus, cover, 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 cover me, cover me, cover me.
Truer words were never spoken. The less you associate with some people, the more your life will improve. Anytime you tolerate mediocrity in others, it increases your mediocrity. An important attribute in successful people is their impatience with negative thinking and negative acting people. As you grow, your associates will change. Some of your friends will not want you to go on. They will want you to stay where they are. Friends that don't help you climb will want you to crawl. Your friends will stretch your vision or choke your dream. Those that don't increase you will eventually decrease you. Consider this. Never receive counsel from unproductive people. Never discuss your problems with someone incapable of contributing to the solution, because those who never succeed themselves are always first to tell you how. Not everyone has a right to speak into your life. You are certain to get the worst of the bargain when you exchange ideas with the wrong person. Don't follow anyone who's not going anywhere. With some people you spend an evening. With others, you invest it. Be careful where you stop to inquire for directions along the road of life. Wise is the person who fortifies his life with the right friendships. If you run with wolves, you will learn how to howl. But if you associate with eagles, you will learn how to soar to great heights. A mirror reflects a man's face, but what he is really like is shown by the kind of friends he chooses. The simple but true fact of life is that you become like those with whom you closely associate, for the good and the bad. Note, be not mistaken. This is applicable to family as well as friends. Yes, do love, appreciate, and be thankful for your family, for they will always be your family, no matter what. Just know that they are human first, and though they are family to you, they may be a friend to someone else and will fit somewhere in the criteria above. In prosperity, our friends know us. In adversity, we know our friends. Never make someone a priority when you are only an option for them. If you are going to achieve excellence in big things, you develop the habit in little matters. Excellence is not an exception. It is a prevailing attitude.
Good evening to each and every one of you, and welcome to WZYE. It's a special day because I have the Queen in the background waiting. I'm going to bring her in very shortly. As you know, this is In the Village with Professor Wall Street and me, Uncle Tommy. I have a special guest tonight who is Miss Isha Wells. I'm not going to waste time. I'm going to bring her in because her time is very precious. Welcome, Isha. Welcome. Unmute your mic. I'm not hearing you. Let me see if I can unmute your mic. Your mic's muted. It's unmuted. I'm not hearing you, Isha. Are you hearing me? I'm not hearing her. I don't know what's going on. I'm not hearing you. Are you hearing me? Yeah, I can see your lips saying yes. Yes, I can see you saying yes, but I'm not hearing you. Let me remove you and bring you back in and see what happens. Let's try it again, Isha. Still nothing. I'm not hearing you. I don't know why I'm not hearing you. While I wait for Isha, I'll play Renee's drop.
It have our place, WZYE, where they treat you like friends and family. So if you're looking for a place to belong, going WZYE, you could come along. If you have haste, do come with me. We do have dad on WZYE, Santa Meditate.
Yes, again, I'd like to thank the Most High for bringing us together again this evening. It's a wonderful day. It's a wonderful evening. And again, I'm hoping that the professor enjoys his time off because he's long overdue and he needs it really, really badly because he works very hard. Isha, if you can hear me, you can come back in and let's try. Let's try see if we can hear what you said. But you can reach us by WhatsApp phone at 973-609-6509. That's 973-609 or 609 rather, 6509. And let us know what's going on and what's going on in your neck of the woods and what's your thoughts. Because we're open and balanced. We just want to hear what you have in mind this evening. Because this is your show, this is In the Village, and it's of course for your education, or should I say edutainment. Aisha, if you can hear, you can come back in. I don't know why I wasn't hearing you. I'm going to try to reach out to you. Meanwhile, I try to reach out to you. Let me play Karen Ashe.
Trinidad, to leave here, boy, you must be mad. This is the land of milk and honey, rum and coke and easy money. While those birds they in the world when we have to reap. While them police busy playing hide and seek, we're facing the world when we have to reap. Hey, oh yeah, oh.
Isha, welcome again. I'm trying to wonder why I'm not hearing you, but I can see your lips moving. Let's see something. Let me get my speakers up. You hearing me? I don't know why I'm not hearing you. Are you on your laptop? I don't know why I'm not hearing you. Let me see something here. Talk, let's hear. Still nothing. Let's see these. Let me edit your mic settings and see what happens. The mic should be okay. Isha, I'm still not hearing you. You're hearing me clearly, right? Yeah. It says your mic is okay. Let me try this. Test your mic. Let's hear. You can hear me. Are you hearing me? Aisha? Are you hearing me? Are you hearing me? Try now, Aisha. Are you hearing me? Still not hearing her.
Hey Tony,
Yes, sir.
are you hearing me?
Yeah, I'm hearing you clearly.
Um,
I'm not hearing Aisha though. I'm having a little issue going on here.
yeah. Aisha, you hearing me? Tommy, I'm hearing you, but I'm not hearing Aisha.
Same here. I'm not hearing her either.
The night boss. How everything going? Everything good?
Wall Street, are you there? Walls, are you there? Little technical difficulties we're experiencing. Just bear with us for a moment, please. Just bear with us while we iron out our challenges. Anslim, are you there? You're live.
I'm Mr. Worship, good night. The Queen of Talk. And Uncle Tommy. What is that? Like sabotage all over it tonight?
Look like we're having some challenges, but we're working on it. We'll get it worked out, okay? Just bear with us.
All right, all right, inside.
Okay, thank you.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you clearly now.
Great.
I know the rain is gone, and I can hear you clearly now.
Awesome. Great. Thank you so much for having me, Tommy. Thank you so much, Wall Street. Thank you for having me.
Thank you, thank you. And
Even though I hear you was promoting, I was coming before I even accept the invitation. I hear since last night you're promoting that I coming.
well, guess what? When it comes to the Queen, we take no chances. We try to make sure that we can lock her down.
Okay. How you guys are going? Thank you so much for having me again. How is everything?
All is well. Thanks. And how are things with you?
Everything is great. Thank you so much for asking. I know you guys have a lot of ground to cover this evening. And I just have some thoughts that I wanted to throw out.
I appreciate that. So share them with us.
Tommy?
Yes.
Yeah. Let me say welcome to Isha Wells. I'm going to a spot here.
So you really enjoying this vacation?
Isha Wells.
Right.
Tommy?
Yes, sir.
Boy, we are the Queen of Talk in the village, boy.
The Queen. And
I hear it have flyers, all kind of thing, post before I even accept invitation. I it's not people calling me on the show. I say, but what Wall Street do, man?
and you look royal too today, you know?
Aisha, that came FedEx from St. Lucia.
I hear that. I hear that.
It was FedEx from St. Lucia, Aisha.
How are you enjoying
But
it?
Aisha, let me just give you all a little update. Today I went to the La Soufre, that is the volcano. I went to the what is that thing again? I'm gonna ask my wife. Hold on a minute, F. D. Oh. Excuse me. The
sulfur pool.
Yeah, the sulfur thing. Right, and then I went to the waterfall. And Aisha Wells, I want to say this to the people of Trinidad and Tobago. Right? We have to start to get serious about tourism in Trinidad and Tobago. Seriously, because I'm in St. Lucia now for 3 days, and and 80% of their GDP is tourism. And it is unbelievable. It is really splendid for us. It's really, really, really and truly is fantastic. And I shall hope your government.
My government, so it's not all of people, it's my
Aisha, I hope your government will see the light today. Sorry to be dark, folks. There's some light over here. But I'm actually at dinner. But since the Queen of Tour came in, I have to come in and thank her so much. But Aisha, I want you to send a message to your government, tell them that Trinidad and Tobago have the natural, I'm calling it natural resources, to be a kingpin in the Caribbean with respect to tourism. I mean, I've been to other islands too, but St. Lucia, for a small island, they have it done real good, real good.
You
So
have
I
to
said I don't want to
Wall
go
Street
ahead.
for some people and places like St. Lucia, where they did not have oil and gas, tourism became their selling product. So they have
Correct.
found a way to perfect their selling product. Remember, we
Yes.
all people, these big shots, we ain't able with that tourism thing, money would have never done for us. So we've
Yeah.
never taken the opportunity to perfect tourism, and that's why we're in this position today, unfortunately.
I sure you are so correct, because like today we had a so we hired a car that took us to these three different places. And this guy now had a job all day. And he was well paid, all day. You understand? So there is so much employment that we could get from tourism in diversifying the economy, with all the different landmarks, the different waterfalls. And Tommy also said that they have a sulfur beach up in Sally Bay.
Sulphur Lake, yeah, up,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah,
a
up
sulfur
in the
lake up in
forest.
Sally
Yeah.
Bay. Yeah, and when you're going to the sulfur lake, it comes directly from the volcano, and there's water coming directly from the volcano that's hot, and they get the sulfur from inside the volcano.
Hmm.
So it is a but Aisha, we don't know, Aisha, the election coming up now next. I don't know, you might be a member, you might be running for Lavantil or something. I don't know, there might be your safe seat.
Highly doubt
I,
it.
I what do you mean you doubt it?
Highly doubt it, Wall Street. I ain't running all these years. I go run now. Highly doubt it.
What do you mean you ain't gonna run now? But Aisha, can I ask you a question before I go?
Sure.
I see something David an activist was calling out the PNM and calling out the Prime Minister and calling out the RPNM ministers. Did you see that video?
No, I didn't. What was this video about? Fill me in.
Aisha, Aisha, you ain't lose your touch at all,
Fill me in. I want to update.
Aisha, you still have your touch, girl. No, all right, Aisha, let me tell you. Julia Davy put on a video. I don't know how old the video was, calling out Prime Minister Rowley and the RPNM minister. She called Tolma name. She called Shuma Wilson. She called Mr. Cookery, that the PNM not taking care of them. You understand, Aisha? But Aisha, I could have tell them that, and I've been telling them that, but they won't listen to me because they say I hate Dr. Rowley and I hate the PNM. I could have tell them that months ago, you know. But anyway, Aisha, let me go back to my dinner before my wife and them get upset with me, and
She
and
right.
and, and I get in trouble.
You're bringing a whole co-host to hold on for you, but you're still here trying to cuss up the PNM. Go on.
Aisha,
I like that.
Aisha, what
Aisha,
I
yeah,
going on? Folks, it's a pleasure. Let me fix my hat. It's a
thank you.
pleasure. Let me go and have dinner with my wife, and we go talk later. I go on.
All
Enjoy.
right.
All right.
Enjoy. Thanks for
All
gracing
right.
us with your presence.
All right. Cool. Bye bye.
Bye-bye.
Yes. Yeah, Aisha. Yes, let's get to what. Well, I saw you sent me a note. You wanted to discuss that, or
Yes, so I have an idea that I want us to touch on. It's about crime, criminality, the policing. I've been paying attention to different things that's happening in Trinidad and Tobago where police are concerned. You know, as late or as of lately, we have police officers. Well, apparent police officers wearing police uniforms, using police vehicles involved in a lot of nefarious activities, including kidnapping. And according to a video that I'm following on TikTok, apparent attempted murder and all these different things. And while we continue to focus on crime in Trinidad and Tobago, what role really is the police playing in this, if any? You know, what about our prison system? Is it here to assist in reforming prisoners, or are we creating more prisoners? You know, so
That's,
those are some of the thoughts that I had in my mind.
well, we're gonna be taking calls too from John Public for them to share some of their thoughts with us.
Definitely.
Yeah,
So is it that you want us to open the lines and allow the callers to get in and give us their thoughts on maybe the topic that I raised, or if they want something to raise of their own? Remember, I am a guest here, so I am in no means dictating. I'm just following your lead.
yeah, but you're the queen. When the queen's the guest, the queen gets to do much more than the ordinary or everyday guest. So, but you can call us and join the conversation at 973-609-6509. That's WhatsApp calls only, of course. Here
Definitely.
with us is the Queen of Talk, Trinidad's Queen of Talk, Isha Wells, looking lovely.
Thank you. So I'm seeing Patricia Reed. She's asking me what happened to my show. My show is on a small hiatus, Patricia Reed. We're fixing up some issues in my studio, getting some new equipment, some cameras and that type of thing. So when we come back out, we're going to be fully equipped. So we're on a little break. And as soon as we are up and running, I'm definitely going to put it out there so you would know.
You're in Tobago at this time, right?
No, I'm actually in Trinidad at this time.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm in Trinidad at this time. Tobago has a lot of activities taking place at this time for Carnival. And then again, that is another thing that we need to look at as far as marketing. We just had Miami Carnival, and now Tobago Carnival seems to be lost into the whole free. You know, where do we have an identity for what is Tobago Carnival, or is it something that's just going to tag along under the banner of Trinidad's Carnival? Are they going to establish their own foothold? There are people who focus on Carnival and Carnival-related activities all year round. You know, and seeing that Tobago Carnival is new, you know, what is being done to market and make sure that they are making their mark. So much is happening. I want to allow you guys to call in, give us your thoughts. Tell us, of course, what you want to discuss. And the numbers are flashing across the screen. It's 1-973-609-6509 on WhatsApp only. Let me say good evening to the 77 viewers on the chat right now. Let me see who's there. Let me say good evening to you. Hanif Daniel, he says good
He
evening.
was first. That's Mr. Intellectual. He was first in this evening.
Yes. He says, good evening, Uncle T, Pro, and all the villagers and our guest, Isha Wells. Hope we all had a terrific Tuesday filled with God wishes, blessings. Kamraj, Ramcharan, good evening to you. Kylie Kulcha, good evening. Robert Nesbitt, good evening. Good evening to Volsang. Volsang, good evening. Michael Lewis, Patricia Hutchinson, Anderson Wilson is on the live. How are you doing, Anderson? CPT Singh, good evening, or good afternoon rather. Oh, good evening, it's after 6. Gordon Maloney, Patricia Reed, Mova Defender, and the KFC. I know Kunji is always locked on as well.
Yeah, and to all those who are listening on the radio, welcome. You know, stay with us. I know Mr. Miami should be in, so should be Brooklyn.
Yes, Brooklyn is always locked in as well. How you doing, Brooklyn?
Then we have Miss Atlanta.
Hi, Miss Atlanta. How are you? So is it because I am here, people shy to call in? Because normally all your phone lines don't stop ringing, you know?
Yeah, they're gonna call in. They're gonna call in. They're just trying to collect their thoughts right now. They're gonna be calling in a minute.
So, Tommy, what's your take on the crime situation in Trinidad and Tobago? What do you think the root cause of crime for us is?
It's deplorable, but the youths, they seem to be hopeless. And, we were talking about earlier about the economy and the diversification that's supposed to take place to create opportunities that we are not seeing. That is important, especially to some of those crime-ridden areas like Eastport of Spain. We need more opportunity, and we need a different attitude towards the people of those particular areas. I think discrimination is also a major problem.
Tell me discrimination, explain.
Well, you have educated persons and learned people coming from these areas that don't get the opportunities that people who with less qualification may get from quote unquote affluent areas. And that's bad.
I remember when I was a teenager going to school, I wanted to get a summer job. So my father accompanied me to Port of Spain to look for a work in one of those clothes stores or shoe stores. And at that time, and it was the first time I experienced it, when my father took me in to the store, he told them that we were from the St. James area. Now, in my mind, at the age of 16, I'm wondering why my father is lying about where we live. You know, in my mind, I am asking that, but I didn't ask him. You know, so he gave a brethren's address for Bournes Road, St. James, and, you know, I got the summer job. And when we left the store, I said, Daddy, well, why it is you had to say that we will live in St. James? I just didn't tell them we were from behind the bridge. And that was the first lesson for me that when you wanted to apply for a job, you need not put your address as behind the bridge because there was some form of discrimination towards persons that come from those communities. It was my first exposure to that. So I'm inclined to believe what you said about discrimination.
It's reality. I'm just being real because I know what happens, and I know it continues to happen. It's been happening and it continues to happen. It's probably even worse in these times when you were a teenager.
Yeah. You know, I wrote down some of the, or rather, according to a blog I found online, what are the causes of crime? And they listed 10 reasons for it. Reason number one, peer pressure. Number two, unemployment. 3, believe it or not, politics. 4, unequal rights. 5, education. 6, drugs. 7, religion, believe it or not.
We have a call coming in, Mr. Florida. Good evening and welcome to WZYE. You're live with Aisha Wells and, of course, me, Uncle Tommy.
The Mr. Tommy, Miss Aisha. I never had the pleasure of calling you in any one of your programs, you know, but as you know, the politics get very tricky now. The economy in shambles, so you know, you have to start. People should be on the outside of the step, you know, and our voices be heard that what's going on. So I want to say good night, everybody on the live, everybody on the chat, all the callers who would have called in, you know, everybody be safe and blessings. So, Ms. Aisha, I like your topic where you want to start off with today, you know. But the funny thing, what happened in the past 9 years, that failure is being rewarded in Trinidad and Tobago. There's no room for hard work. People who work hard and abide by the rules not getting no rewards. Because in all jobs and government programs, there's a few who is being chosen. Many are called, but a few are being chosen. Nepotism. Now, the police department right now was cramping down on traffic tickets and tint and broken windshield and taxing the hell out of the citizen. Gather how many money they gather. And now at the budget now, they're seeing overtime is no more. So when the police was thinking they was trying to gather revenue for their own benefit, look what happened to them now. So the police officers now will be disenfranchised. And now, when it's time to get promotion in the police service, it's friends, family, and who they want, who they could control. So at the end of the day, education is becoming a thing of the past. They have a saying, your silence is educated, so the fools and them can look smart. And that is what happening now in Trinidad. You see, the officers and them go out every day trying to fight crime, trying to solve crime, but the detection rate and the conviction rate is the lowest in the Caribbean. And they can't be doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result. Now, we're looking at the children now. The children realizing now that all these people doing crime now and cannot be accountable and cannot be held. So they're thinking this is an easier way of life. Because not everybody that goes to school to come out a doctor, a lawyer, or engineer, and they choose not to go to these small jobs because even taking a small minimum wage job, they have to be a certain level of education. If you look at society now in Trinidad, a lot of people cannot even do a simple resume. And even if you have the qualifications and you apply for a job, you're not getting it if you don't is who you know. And there's a whole cycle that's going on for the past 9 years. Because if you look at it, you see a country like Guyana now experiencing oil and gas, and they're giving back to the citizens. And now, and now, people in Trinidad, instead of saying, hey, look at that Guyana now experiencing oil and gas, and they're giving back to the citizens. You know what they make excuses. Oh, that is small money. That don't make sense. That is a one-off payment. But they don't look at the message. And this is the problem we have in Trinidad and Tobago. A lot of people love trinkets and they value themselves are very small. As you see, people who love the little sprinklings on the ground, but they don't want to know where it is to get a slice of cake or a whole cake because they wasn't brought up in that way. They're always accustomed to just get wherever they cut and fall off and go take that. So there's a whole cycle we have to change, and we have to change the mindset of the people in Trinidad, especially young ones. We have to focus on young ones because to train adults to change their mindset is very hard. So we have to concentrate on the young ones. So I would like your views and the suggestions what you think what we could do to help the young ones come out of this mental shackles.
Thank you, Mr. Florida. Thank you.
Well said, Mr. Florida. Let me say good evening to yes, good evening to Diana Benskim, the storm. I sit in a Ramkey. I see you, PCJ as well. And hi, this is on the live as well. Good evening to you. Go ahead, take the call.
Hello.
Caller, you there?
Call me back. Okay. All righty. Hold on. Yes. Hello.
Hi, good evening, Uncle Tommy.
Good evening.
Hi, how are you? It's Kizzy. You all right?
Kizzy, thanks for the call. Thanks for the call.
Yes. Aisha, good night.
Hi, how you doing, Kizzy?
I'm fine, thank you. Aisha, you know who this is? You know that miserable listener of yours. Aisha, you hear me?
Loud and clear, Kizzy. Loud and clear.
Right. You know that miserable listener of yours called Troy Smith?
Yes.
Right. I'm his wife. So I was just calling in to say I have that same problem where it's Laventille we're from. And I have right now on my resume, it's Sawa, my mom's address I'm using because of the discrimination with Laventille. Yeah, because of the discrimination with Laventille. So I don't use my Laventille address on my resume. And look at the day and age we live in, and we have to be going through this in Trinidad, you know. And also too, teachers, we have like a shortage problem with teachers in schools.
Oh, we call dropped. Call dropped. Paula, call me back so I can ring on the show, okay?
So, Kizzy, the call is coming in.
Yeah, Kizzy, your call dropped.
Yes, Uncle Tommy, I realized that. I was just saying, you know, it's like we have a shortage of teachers where principals have to be teaching classes and all these things because teachers migrating for a better life, and it's causing the bullying and all this sort of thing going on in schools and stuff like that, you know. Society is really, really falling apart, but I don't know what this with this government. I don't know how we could find our way back and try to bring Trinidad back to what it used to be.
Well,
and Aisha, we waiting to get your show back up and running.
Thank you so much, Kizzy. It will be back up and running soon.
Yeah.
I was about to say to you, Kizzy, in this day and age, you know, so many talented and respectable people come out of the communities of Laventille and environs, and yet we are still...
Aisha, your volume's down a little bit. Get into the mic a little closer, please.
So many respectable people come out from Laventille, and it's in this
I'm not hearing her clearly.
Yeah, she's very, very low.
I'll talk.
Yeah, it's soft.
No problem.
It's really soft. I'm not hearing her clearly at all.
It's low.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah. Listen off here, Kizzy. Listen off here.
All right, then. Well, Uncle Tommy, have a good night, though.
You too, thank you.
Aisha, good night.
Thank you. Thanks for the call,
Have a good night.
Okay,
no problem. All right.
So I wanted to touch on two things. I wanted to touch on what said by Mr. Florida, but I'll do it after this call.
Let's take this call. Thanks for the call. Yes, you can hear me, right? Paula, you're live on WZYE. Oh, you hung up.
So, Kizzy, in this day and age, we still have discrimination as it relates to where we're from. Even though respectable people come out of Laventille, even though there's a lot in society, continue to back a lot. So,
KFC.
Hello, good night.
Yes, good night.
Good night, Uncle Tommy.
Hey, KFC, thanks for the call.
Good night, Red Army.
My name is Isha Wells, KFC, back on Alice.
Isha, good night.
Good night, KFC. How are you?
Good night, Mr. Washit. Enjoy life. Isha, this program is not counseling program, you know, it's quite really so that the problem is going to let's condition and that's evil wicked piano, you know. We lead problem in pain and suffering and blood stain, you know.
And
Come
that
out
is
and talk the things are going on with us piano.
why
And you're
I
listen.
and that is why I said to help people fix it. So you have to identify the problems to fix it. You have to identify the problems to fix it. I understand that I am part of the reason why we're here. I have taken responsibility
7492.
for that.
Hang up and call back right away. 7492. Hang up and call back right away. Yeah, this person is trying to reach us. You've reached WZYE.
Good night to you, Uncle Tony.
Oh, Kunji.
And good night to you, Aisha Welsh.
How you
Good
doing?
night, and good night to you. Good night to you, Wall Street. Wherever you, Aisha Welsh, you hear me loud and clear?
Loud and clear.
Loud and clear. I like this unification over here. I like this collaboration over here. I think Wall Street, this should happen a little more. Monday, Tuesdays, and Thursdays, and Sundays too. It might cost you a little bit, but that ain't a thing. Good things come for the ones that pay. I don't think it's just lab and tea areas that the people them just had to change the names and change the address to get work.
Kunji? Where Kunji gone? Kunji, your credit done or what? Or your Wi-Fi cut off? Call us back, Kunji.
Aisha, can you hear me, Aisha?
Yes, I can. Loud and clear.
Yeah. Well, if that was Diana, you can come in on the link, Diana, if that was you who were calling a few moments ago.
Yes, she can come in.
Yes, but we have okay. Mr. Intellectual, you're inside. You're inside. Thanks for the call.
Good night, Uncle Tiana, Aisha.
How are you?
Attempting to answer the question that Aisha asked. The police force has always been in the hands of the government and doing the biddings of the government, not for the people, but to ensure that the government stays in place. I haven't seen any reason why we should wonder whether or not we could trust the police service. We can't. There's no way that we could.
You know what?
Do you hear me?
You know
Yes,
what's
we can hear you.
You know what's unfortunate,
Okay.
Mr. Intellectual? Can you hear me? You know what's unfortunate?
The problem is that the way how they have corrupted the system. Imagine a person kidnap somebody and they get promoted. People cause a whole, they are policing every one of them get promoted. Suffer the population, you know. They kidnap a man, them get promoted. All these kind of things, you can expect me or anybody in their right mind to trust the police. When you call them, they give you one set of stupid talk before they don't even attend to the problem. So what sense does it make that we contemplate on whether or not we should trust the police or what we could do? All we have to do is overhaul the whole system, get rid of all them heads on them, and revamp the police force. Gotta get rid of all them heads on them, every single one.
And if
Thank you so much, Mr. Intellectual. I want to agree with you. I want to agree with you. I believe we are at crisis mode now. We are in a crisis where the entire system, not just the police, every single arm of the system needs to halt and revamp. We can't expect to do things over and over.
I am in agreement with you, but I was just addressing the police service.
Yeah.
But if you look at all the systems that we have, right, none is really to facilitate the people. The only thing it is there for is to facilitate the house slaves on them.
let me just do a station ID right quick, please. Hold on for a minute.
Sure.
You're listening to WZYE 95.9 FM. You are listening to WZYE LP 95.9 FM. The most influential.
Yeah, go ahead, Hanif.
Yeah, why I'm saying the house slaves, on this plantocracy that we in, right? All those politicians, and I might call them house slaves there, because they pander to the money people who insist that they carry out their agenda and not the agenda for the people. And they facilitate those things so that the rich will get richer, the poor will suffer, and have to bend their knees to these people and them at every step of the way. The only time they have any sense of or semblance a need for the population is coming to election, and the people don't realize that unless they recognize their power that they have, the 1% have no control over this country again. You know?
Great.
But the population have to come to the understanding that I have the power and I have the right to see things change. That if you want to represent me, these are the things that I wanted to do. You have to revamp the whole system. You have to make it more people friendly. You have to do the things that would make the population feel safe. You have to do things that would make the population be able to live comfortably without all these kind of pressures on man's mind, whether or not I could walk the road, whether I could go and buy food, or if I would have money to take care of my health and all these kind of things. That's not supposed to be. This country had too much money that every single person in this country could have had servants.
Anyway, let's leave it there for now and allow someone else to chime in.
Sure, no problem.
So we thank you so much.
Bless you.
Same to you, my friend.
You know, while I totally agree with what it is, and I'm trying to respond to all the questions and then the calls keep coming, so it throws me off course. While I'm trying to respond to what Mr. Intellectual would have said, it's time for citizens to understand that if we are going to change Trinidad and Tobago, it has to start from the top, come down.
Absolutely.
There's no other way to do it. Let me just say that. And we also have to make up our mind that the road to change, it's going to be a very difficult one, because Trinis have a very laid-back mentality, that we like things easy going, easy coming, and we are not prepared to be discomfort. It's going to be a lot of discomfort with the aspect of change. You know, I've been doing some research while we're talking here on my desktop, and I'm trying to look at some of the safest countries in the world and wondering why they are safe. And most of them have leaders that implement policies that could lock up leaders.
That are enforced.
Correct.
That are enforced. You see,
Go ahead.
discipline is a key element. And when you are intolerable and you do things that are wrong, you have to be disciplined. You just cannot brush it under the carpet and feel that everything's going to be all right.
Do you know some of the countries in the world lock up their own parliamentarians once they find out that they are corrupt or have been involved in corruption?
Absolutely.
Because if this type of punishment is taken at the top, then the man at the bottom is going to think twice. And that's not the reality. You know, everything is going to fall into place if we start to address crime at the top. And that's just my humble opinion on this.
Yeah, Mr. Chair said something that's very important too. He says people at the bottom don't realize that the power that they have. They take it for granted that the leaders is who have the power, but the voters have the power, and they can make a major difference by exercising their franchise in a responsible manner.
We are at a place. If the police.
All right, let's take this call.
Take it.
WZYE live. Cynthia? You're live on WZYE.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Miss Atlanta.
Yes, thank you, Tommy. Good evening, Aisha and Tommy and listeners and Wall Street. I shouldn't say Wall Street because he's in dining and enjoying himself, so I'm leaving him for when he comes back. But good evening, Tommy and Aisha and everybody. Yes, I was listening to the callers because I'm always interested in what the callers have to say because, you know, I learn so much from, I realize where we are just from the callers. But Aisha was saying about we know the situation in Trinidad, and I agree with Aisha, you know, that we have to change and things, but I always think, Tommy, the change should always be with us. You know why? If you're waiting for the people on top, we are the people on top. If you think that, hey, we're waiting for them, we are them. We are the people should be. Do you remember we just have people in office doing our bidding? You remember we hire them. When you go into election and you elect people, you hire people to work for you. So we are on top, but it's just that we are not educated.
That's true.
People think they are still on a plantation mode, right? So they have a boss, so they elect people. Aisha is the prime minister. If tomorrow morning Aisha becomes the prime minister, she is boss. Why? No, that's why we call people public servants. Everybody working in the government of Trinidad and Tobago are public servants. They are the servants of the public. And why can't we get that in our head? And that is why we sit and, yes, I want a day. And they are not doing that. I don't go deep, like I'm looking at the right now. We have a budget going on. Everybody arguing all kinds of things. Listen to that is your money gone there. How it's been spent and all kind of thing. Now we are listening to another part of the budget, which is a standing committee to say exactly what and what, right? But what does people do? Remember, you should be there. That's what I'm telling people, and I shall agree with you. But I say we are the top. People say, I heard a host the other day say, we should come back, get Trinidad to come back to the way to be the Trinidad again, to be the bright star in the Caribbean. And I said, even if we get Aisha, our act together, by the time we get our act together, and as the man say, be on top again, our top will be other people's bottom, will be the flooring, right? When we reach the top, it will be what people walk in the other Caribbean islands. Let's just stay with the Caribbean islands. Even if you don't Caribbean islands, you hear what Wall Street say? We should look at the economy. You know how they are so good in St. Lucia. All the little islands in the Caribbean are boosting everybody going to the other islands and not coming to Trinidad again, you know. Long ago, people used to come to Trinidad for Carnival, come to Trinidad for this. Now they're going to the other islands. People don't realize that. I mean, it's half the faithful, but they are going to other islands. They even run into to Miami and all to other islands because Trinidad is not Trinidad again, right? So until I always say the change, but that change has to be a real radical change. And and then you have to change with intelligence. It's not swiping everybody or being, you know, like the best, the most powerful group we have in Trinidad today, right, is the gangs, because they are well oiled and they're doing all their work very nicely without any police intervention because they can't find a way. The police don't know where they are. They don't have this and they don't have that. So, and I see even the gang members and as Isha said, all what's going on now is a well-oiled machinery. That's why it has so many. And you know what I was to say, Isha? I find Tobago is shocking me because Tobago used to have 1 murder or 2 murders at the end of the year. Right? And now 25, I think it reached, it might go up to 28 if they come the 2 children, the lady and the 2 children. So we have to take a stock. I look at ourselves at the end of the day. I don't know if I'm wrong or I don't know, but I look at me. I look at us. And we sit down and let a lot of things happen that shouldn't really be happening. I can tell you that, right? So I take a lot of the blame too.
Thank you, Mr. Thank you, Mr. Tata. Thank you so much. We are joined by the Storm. The Storm is in the village with us.
Good night, villagers. Good night, Tommy. Good night, Aisha. What's going on? Well, you know, we still battling over Trinidad and Tobago and where we should be. With the $3 billion gone. With the $3 billion gone, and you're giving the populace $2 an hour increase on their salary yet. I saw something in the media, you know, I don't like to, you know, because I don't know how to verify this information is correct. The head of the country procured a vehicle for a luxury vehicle. Let's leave it at that. Allegedly. Yeah. How you gonna do that? How you gonna what? Your nurses are complaining. I spoke to several of them on another live. Your nurses are a very respected and necessary occupation. Essential. They come out after the last pandemic. How you want to watch these people and give them $2 an hour? How is that?
I saw recently while scrolling Facebook an international company, an agency, asking local nurses to sign up with them so they can secure employment for them outside. And while I am reading the comment sections, you wouldn't believe how many local nurses asking for more information. And in my mind, I'm thinking, if we have a migration of nurses outside of Trinidad and Tobago, what will already happen to our strained health system?
And what about the teachers?
Throughout the years, this has been happening because I've been in the United States for 52 years, and every so often there's a new batch of Trinidad nurses.
From the Caribbean.
Yeah, from the Caribbean.
I know that for a fact. Yeah.
The Trinidadians, my pulse, my fingers on their pulse.
So some people find money to bring in nurses from Cuba and from the Philippines, and we would accommodate them there. So why not find a way to pay nurses a suitable rate and give them a comfortable level or standard of living that they can make a life here?
Not only the nurses, the policemen, the teachers, the port workers, you know, those people that work at the landfill, the dump, that is unnecessary evil.
Let me invite Reporter. He's been trying to get in. Reporter, you can come in. I'm leaving the line open for you right now.
Swim call. because I've been talking to them for a long time. Remember, one guy got in a lot of trouble for blowing the alarm, but I had written a letter to some organization, Panam, that deals with, stuff like that. And I told them to leave the job, walk out, because none of them in their big white, in their jobs, they're not going to go into swim call to handle no garbage. They're not doing it. But people are afraid in Trinidad and Tobago. I don't understand it. You're not being treated well.
You know what makes our problem unique in a sense where crime usually comes from countries that are impoverished. Trinidad is not an impoverished country.
Oh.
Our problem comes from the fact that we're not properly distributing the wealth. Let us be real. Crime follows poverty. But we have poverty here not because the country is poor, but we're not dispersing the wealth equally. And that's the problem that we're having. And I don't see why it is, knowing that this is the situation we have found ourselves in, why no moves are being made to reverse it.
And another thing too, I have always made this statement. The oppression that is going on in Trinidad and Tobago is fortified only and made stronger because the oppressor has accomplices amongst the oppressed.
Try again, reporter. Somehow it's not ringing.
Read between those lines. Where you should be enlightening the people. Hey, come on, Ole, come out of this. Everybody, where they going along? Oh, you can't. No, I've often stated I am not voting for no PNM because I don't like how they treat my people. I don't like it.
Let's take this call. Hold your thoughts. Welcome to the village.
Good night to you, Uncle Tommy. Good night to Isha Wells, and good night to the storm on the show tonight.
Good night.
Well, Uncle Tommy.
Yes, sir.
I always say, anytime a government start to look into the young people, into giving them opportunities, that's the beginning of putting an end to a high murder rate, a high crime rate, a high everything. Now, we see the government just take $50 million for entertainment, right? $50 million for entertainment. If every year budget is called, if that government, they decide, next year we don't want no entertainment money, but that $50 million, what we're going to do is, we're going to invest into young people who have passes to give them scholarship to go outside of the country to study, to make themselves more advanced, and then offer them an opportunity to come back home and help build our country with the experience that 50 million, instead of going to entertainment, we drink, we eat, we wine, and we dance, and the money done, we would have $50 million invested in a whole set of young people. Trinidad and Tobago, brilliant people who just sitting at home right now and can't even find a good job. But with a grant to this, right, it will be an experiment for just a year. Take the 50 million from entertainment and say we're not studying that. This is a program. We don't want no CPEP. We don't want no. How much time we young people would grow up and had to end up on the road cleaning bush, CPEP and URP? How much years we doing this? Why that 50 million for the budget did not go towards giving young people scholarship to go abroad? If you're giving every one of them, let me say, $50,000 or $100,000 out of the 50 million, let me say $100,000, and send them now where they can have money to live wherever on the campus, whatever, but they're studying, but they are guaranteed a position to work to better our country into a brighter future. Where are the governments who take in this direction? Instead of we continue to see government come and tell me 50 million here, 1 billion here, 1 billion, and at the end of it, our children have no change next year. To this budget, the next budget will come, and you will meet young people who already have over 5 passes and to continue their studies but still with the 5 passes, without that job and nowhere to turn to. And let me say, I don't know why Isha Wells do not decide, because the win in the East-West corridor and the PNM is hard. But I believe the UNC may not win any seat. But if somebody who fight and support the PNM and have a well-known in the country, somebody like Isha Wells, who could go as an independent just to get one seat out of the East-West corridor, that you know the difference that will make if the PNM could lose a seat, so they wouldn't have 21. You know the difference that will make if we could catch them in Laventille and Mova in somewhere in the East-West corridor. Isha Wells could be a youth leader for the young people to push them into the right direction. She's well known, and I'm telling you, Uncle Tommy, I myself will come down there and rally and campaign and fight to make sure she get every youth in Mova, Caledonia voting for Isha Wells by day, you know. Everybody, you know. And I think every community, it have a leader who know Isha Wells as well, and they're going to understand where we're trying to go, the direction into giving the young people a breakthrough. Isha Wells couldn't help the young people if she had get anywhere in the PNM. She would not be able to. She would have want to, but she would not be able to. But I believe if Isha Wells decide that same Red Army that she had to help the PNM win election, to come and say right now, she going to make sure, forget the old heads. They're not dead in the PNM, they bring that PNM. But you see the young ones, one thing the young people just look at, if a lot of young people in something, you go gravitate and more young people go join. And if it's something good and we have a direction and the same idea I give all you, instead of $50 million for entertainment, wine, dine, and go home and get you, and you take that to say, listen, you all could have a future. You all could be somebody, and it could take all at least 2 years, because you're going away with a scholarship for 2 years to study, either to be a nurse, a doctor, whatever the case is, engineering, computer science, anything, computer tech, anything. You're going to get scholarship for these things. I can tell you that could bring a great change, because there are a lot of young people sitting on the side and saying, we don't want to vote, we're not voting. PNM is ways, they don't want to vote UNC, right? But at the end of the day, in the East-West corridor, if somebody like Isha Wells could go for an independent seat with the support she could get and shake up the PNM by only getting that one independent seat, and she win that seat, trouble in the camp. And that's how I see the only way to beat the PNM in the East-West corridor, they had to get a representative to go as independent, and then she could choose if she want to give she seat to the UNC or do whatever she want. But she will have a voice. And that's my contribution this afternoon.
Thank you, Mr. Brooklyn.
Young people need something, and the only way they can get it is by a young mind and somebody who cares about young people. And I shall always have that power to do that.
Thank you. Now, I've known persons who got scholarship and even got a doctorate here in the United States and had to go back and give service to the country, and got frustrated. Soon as the term of that contract was over, they ran right back to the US.
I want to respond to Brooklyn, but I know there's a call on the line, so go ahead and take it.
Yeah, but this person, I think it's reporter again. I don't know why his phone is not ringing on the computer. It's only ringing on the phone. Something is going on. I don't know.
Well, tell him what's going on so he'll know he's not getting through.
Yeah. Reporter, try it again. Let's see. Try it right now again, and let's see what happens. Try it right away.
Yeah.
I don't know why his phone is not coming through the computer. Still, it's doing the same thing.
Well, speak and tell him that he's not connecting, so he wouldn't.
I don't know what's going on with your WhatsApp.
He wouldn't try.
Are you calling me on WhatsApp, reporter?
Anyway, the young man spoke. The caller spoke a mouthful, and he ratifies what I said. The oppressor is strong because he has
Finally,
the communities
finally, we're getting a
working for
reporter.
him. And then we're not going
Let's
to
get
get
a
out of
reporter.
that.
Reporter, come in. You're live.
Hi, good afternoon, Uncle Tommy. No, it's not reporter, it's Kizzy again.
Kids.
Yeah. Diana, good night.
Good night, mommy. How are you doing? You get back your phone?
I'm fine, thank you. Just to expound on what Diana was saying, I think what is causing the teachers and nurses to migrate is the fact that they're not being offered permanent work. It's contract work they're being offered. So, you don't have that sense of security and where to say you have something stable to rely on. So when they migrate and they have the opportunity to get something permanent out there, they will gravitate towards that, So I think that is one of the issues we have to look at.
Okay.
Hello?
Okay.
Yeah. Okay then.
Thank you. Brooklyn, I would love the opportunity to represent my people. It has been a dream of mine for years. My only concern is Brooklyn. When I am elected into office to represent my people, do I go into the same system that we all are complaining about now? And if I go into the same system that we all complaining about now, would I be like all the other leaders who started off wanting to do good for the community and end up being just like the rest? That's my concern about this system, and it has to change if we want it. Because I am going to go
WZYE live. Miss Atlanta?
Hello, Tommy. I just wanted to second not hearing Isha. I want to second Brooklyn when he says that Isha, somebody, especially Isha, not somebody like Isha, Isha herself should do that. I always look over the years and say that is what we need. But Isha says she wonders if she can be herself there, but that's what she's doing. She has to go to change. She is going to change. She's not going in as a job within. Remember, she'll be there to do what they are not doing. Well, not, she'll be her own self. She don't have to go in there as a whatever. She's going as Aisha, like Aisha, the Red Army lady. She should be, if she is voted in and she is in office, she is Red Army Aisha in office. Not Aisha come to sit down here. She win her seat and she sit down waiting to hear what the boss say.
But going in,
she would be the boss. But
going in Miss Atlanta and
don't you find so, Aisha? Don't you want to take up that?
Can you hear me clearly?
Aisha?
Can you hear me?
Hello?
Can you hear me?
Are you hearing Aisha?
No, I'm not hearing her.
Okay, so
I'm hearing her.
Off the air.
Yeah, turn up the volume a little.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I'm hearing you slowly. Yes, I'm hearing you, Lou.
So going in there, winning my seat outright, not a part of the ruling party, and have to go to a member of the ruling party to get housing for my constituent, to get grants for my constituent, to fix a road.
Yes, you will get it.
I'm saying the discretion still lies on that member of parliament or that member, whether they want to assist me or not. When that should not be the case.
Yes, Aisha, but you have a
Go ahead, Miss Atlanta.
I'm listening to Aisha, and Aisha's not talking. Hello?
No, you can go ahead.
Yes, but Aisha, when I told you, I don't know who you'll be talking to, but you'll be talking as Aisha, the Red Army woman. And that person will be hush up. That person will listen to you. I'm telling you, you're not going in there as a mumu.
Okay.
So Aisha, so what you are saying, you wouldn't be able to make him act.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying with all the big mouth and all the support and all the Red Army, Aisha, I still have to go.
I think your mouth bigger than all of them.
You're listening to WZYE.
I still have to go to the discretion of someone else asking for assistance, and that is where I have.
But I know.
Our
yes,
leaders,
but I know it will be a big.
Our leaders should be mature enough to say.
What is that?
Our leaders must be mature enough to say, this needs to get done. She did not support my party, but let us get it done nonetheless. And that is what I believe is lacking in our society today, why we are in this situation. A lot of pettiness among leaders.
Phone in my ears.
I'm not sure if
she did. I'm hearing the phone. I'm not hearing Isha hearing the phone.
Okay. Call back, please. Call back.
But anyway, Isha, I still live in hope, and I have faith that the day you step in the office, it will be Rabaruza. It will be good.
All right.
But I know it's a big job. I know it's a hard job. Okay, Isha, thanks.
I ain't putting my trust in no government that has treated my fellow citizens badly over the past how many years. I'm not doing it.
You.
I'm not putting my trust in no government. Like I want something new. I want somebody new, something new. I don't trust them. And they, according to you, Ms. Wells, they're pettiness and they're pettiness. Not me. I ain't putting no. Not doing that.
When you get chance, if we could hold up on the post to talk, you know.
Okay, so this I'm gonna take this call and then we'll hold off
at the same time. You know, it's not the points are not coming across clearly. So go ahead.
We have a call, Tommy?
Yeah, caller.
Yes, good night to the panel there, first time caller.
Welcome.
I was listening closely pertaining to the workforce, and I have given 31 years of my life to the Trinidad and Tobago Facilities. Presently, I retire. And the situation we have been working under is words cannot express. But I listened to the National Security Minister saying all is well and everything is good, which is a lie, right? And for years, we have, because we are African people, we support the PNM party, and understand, I believe that's supposed to be all the door. I'm from Laventure Trouble Village, Sawa, and we have been asking for roads. For years, we have been asking and pleading with the minister to give us a little road, a little access road until we get in steps. You understand? And I believe as a retiree, I would like to have my voice be heard. And from now on, I'm willing to talk out on certain issues that have been affecting me. Right? But for now, I'll leave it there. Right? Good program. Thanks.
Yes. Call back right now.
Go ahead, Diana. You were saying something.
Yeah, I was saying that I do not trust me personally. I don't trust the incumbent right now. With their track record and all the guests we've interviewed on the show and all the reading I do, then I don't trust them. Not getting my vote. I want something new. I want something new in there because I don't have children, but I have siblings and nieces and nephews. I want the place better for them at least, right? And I don't want a democracy where, or like Ansel will say, a democracy where you can't speak up and then you know people they target you for whatever.
Okay, this is going to be the last call we're taking for a while. Yes, you're live. Listen to us on the phone and not on your computer. Turn off your computer or turn down your computer and listen on the phone.
Hello.
Yes.
Hello,
you're live. Yes, this is Tom.
Yeah, again, I delay.
Yeah, well, turn off your computer. Turn off your.
It's not a computer. Yeah, it's a phone. You hear me good?
Yes, I can hear you.
Am I coming across on the program with Isha Wells?
Right, you're clear.
I'm here, reporter.
Aisha?
Yes.
Who's this reporter?
Yeah.
Go ahead, make your point.
Reporter.
Yeah, well, there's so many things Aisha spoke about since she come and in the program, and I would like to respond, and put her 2 cents on it, but it seems like it about a rush, so I will call back next time.
No, you can talk now.
Oh. You see, we other people have to understand what it is we're dealing with. And you see, mileage and thing in politics, mileage and helping this country right now. Right now, this country in a crisis right now that trying to achieve mileage by any one of the politicians or activists, it makes no sense. You see the issues that affecting this country, we have to look at it deep within. And we have to call a spade a spade. And this country right now need a change in administration as from yesterday. And everything we say and do concerning Trinidad and Tobago, the land of stable, calypso and soca, it's all about removing the authorities that have this country in this tailspin for the last 9 years. Let me tell you all something. I hear Aisha and her client plan and the things that will have to be done. But I want to say this. Am I coming across clear still?
You're clear. Come on through.
Right. So, this administration, and I hope somebody PNM callers listening, I never had a passport, so I always hear. Now, let me tell the people of Trinidad and Tobago something. If they forget, we just didn't come into this just by shot. This was well orchestrated in the country and planted upon the people. This is the land of steel band, calypso, soca, real happiness, nice beach. We allow politicians to come into this country in office and remove certain things that had the country pumping properly and get people to support them to move it from them. This is a tailspin. Just imagine food. Food in this country is a big problem to many homes in the East-West corridor, all over the country, not East-West corridor, but it's heavy on the corridor. When you can't fix a country like that with this kind of situation on hand, where is the Ministry of Community Development? Where is the Ministry of Social Needs? Politicians and then the only thing the PNM will understand right now is to remove them from office and our affairs will be dealt with. Because let me tell you something, 5 years is not an eternity to any government, and especially an ethnic group that grew up here and born here and live in here. No minority group could do it. But once the population is how it is here right now, the opposition is the only savior to this country. They are the only savior. This thing going downhill, you know. This is downhill, you know. If we getting 600 murders here right now, in the next 5 years, if PNM have a 5 years, we're going to start to talk 1,000 murder, 1,000 people. Yeah. Keep the country talking all kind of foolishness, these politicians. They talk all kind of things and feel that they're going to transform here into somebody to just vote for them just so. And we call her who talk the nice country, the Isha. I wish you could be a part of this program because let me tell you something. This is about Trinidad and Tobago. Dr. Rowley mean really business or what it feels tonight. But the people of Trinidad and Tobago is going to remove you all and with the support of activists and people that who concern about Trinidad and Tobago, you wealthy businessmen who have a concern about this land here, remove Mr. Inwood from around our church. Good night, Trinidad and Tobago and the world.
Thank you, reporter. Thanks for calling. Hold the calls for now. Let's have Aisha and Diana discuss some of it.
Diana, you were saying something.
Oh yeah, you know, we want change, and I think I'm getting a feedback.
Hang up, reporter.
Somebody's listening.
Hang up his call.
You can't end the call, Tommy. Okay. You're still hearing him. We're hearing
I don't like to, because
I don't know who
this information is correct.
Something's going on that I don't know.
Mute yourself, Tommy, and see. Mute yourself.
How you gonna do that?
All right, let me just tell
Mute
you what
yourself a
happened.
minute and see this coming.
Your nurses are necessary occupation.
All right, let me.
Somebody's playing the program and we're hearing it loud.
He's still talking on the line.
Yeah, you have to hang him up. He's on the line. Hang up, reporter.
Hang up your phone, reporter. Oh my gosh. Let me see what's going on.
But can't you hang up the call, Tommy? Mute the call and see. Hit mute on the phone. I'm gonna mute myself a minute and see. You're still hearing the call live.
Okay, I finally got rid of it. Yeah, okay.
There you go. Yeah, I was talking. One thing that I think can institute change in Trinidad and Tobago is term limits. If we can change legislation to introduce term limits where people don't feel they can sit down in there their whole lives. Don't let me say sit down. Let me go with Trini accent. Sit down in there their whole life and they're not doing what they're supposed to do for the people. Right? I believe it would start there because if you have people in power that they just don't seem to care. They're taking care of one area and then another area is suffering. And according to Anselm statistics, we have 26% of people living below the poverty line.
That's correct.
And why is this so in 2024? And you guys are using how much? $50 million for entertainment. And up to now, there's still people reaching out to me. I don't like to brag and boast.
I'm not going to take the call. Call back.
To me for help. They're still reaching out to me. And I have to tell them, I am not the Minister of Social Welfare and Development. Go to your relevant
after the top of the hour.
Right?
We're going to take calls again after the top of the hour, okay? Everybody agree?
Right. Yeah, we agree. Right? We need term limits. Right? And one job I personally would like up in that parliament is Speaker of the House. Because I find when I watch how parliament is conducted, I find too much of nonsense is going on in there. Right? And the business of the people like it ain't getting do. And it leans to one side and the opposition gets stifled. And the opposition is important in the running of a country. It is important to have an opposition. So I don't understand. And then, we go, I just go on and we talking about the bullying, children getting bullied at school. Well, we expect Dr. Rowley to be bullying people. Huh? So the children only following suit. Where think they're learning it from? From the leader of the country. So, I wanted my thing is I hear about this East-West corridor. What happened? They gave them some sort of pill that they're living in, the twilight zone. They're not coming out. They're just gonna go along to get along. They don't want better for themselves, for their grandchildren, their children, their great-grandchildren. You're just gonna go along to get along because my grandmother was a PNM and I got PNM till I dead and we're catching your nenen. That make any sense? You need change. Change is necessary right now.
After the top of the hour.
Change is necessary. And now you see.
Hold calls for a minute.
Now you see what Gary Griffith was dealing with inside there. All the opposition he faced when he was trying to implement change and run the place like a real police force. Right? But no, opposition and all, and he get ousted. Why? Because Dr. Rowley said, what he said? The worst thing he ever do was to hire him. Those were his words, right?
And which says to me, Diana, that institutions such as the Commission of Police and some of these high-ranking, nation-changing institutions cannot be selected by political figures. Because what we're going to end up with is political appointees. And when we get political appointees, they're going to be carrying out the bidding of politicians. And if they don't carry out the bidding of politicians, then we're going to end up with problems like what it is happening now. Where a leader could say, this is a disappointment to me because things didn't go the way how they expected it to go. We really have to look at the way this system is operating. I've been saying it since the show started, and it's what, an hour into the show, and I'm saying it again. The system needs to change. Else we're going to put all these square pegs in wrong holes. We're going to pick up good people who want to make change, who want to do change, and they're going to put them in this nasty, dirty, stinking system, and they're going to just all the rest of them.
That is why I said we need a whole new party up in the camp, a whole new party. Trinidad and Tobago is a republic. What do you think a republic government is? Yes, political power rests in with the representatives that are elected by the citizens. The head of state should not be no dictator or no monarch, and people have the right. People have the right, the power to control the country's decisions. That is a republic.
Yeah, but
Trinidad does not act like Tobago. They don't act like they're a republic. Everybody frightened. Everybody frightened to challenge Dr. Rowley. I tell him, give me an MP job now. What I got to do to get an MP job? I will challenge him. I'm not afraid of Dr. Rowley.
It doesn't matter.
I tell people that.
It doesn't matter who party you put in power. If the playbook that they're working with is faulty, you're going to get the same results.
We need a total change. Total. Just go from around there and, show them, look, you weren't doing what you... And the person that you put in there, the party you put in there, hold their feet to the fire. Hey, we get rid of them, we can move you too. And this is what we want. I can't understand how Trinidadians are not waking up to that.
I said to someone recently that I admire the new Prime Minister of Grenada. My reasons for admiring him is because he challenged the status quo. So he challenged Keith Mitchell's government, who was there for forever, who had the old, archaic style of governance, and he came in as a young man and brought a fresh air into the island of Grenada. I follow him on social media, so I pay attention to how he is governing, and I'm thinking, this is what I would like to see happen in Trinidad and Tobago, where a lot of young people step up and take ownership positions, leadership positions, and take our country in the direction where we could just breathe a breath of fresh air. But the politicians that we have now intend to die in office for some strange reason. They're not vacating office. They're holding on to it by any means necessary. Go ahead, Tommy.
What's your thoughts about Mr. Augustine's tenure thus far?
Tommy is sending me in a whole other direction here by discussing Ali.
You see, he's a young man. You're talking about the youth, and that's why I refer to him.
Right. So he is young and he has a lot of ideas that, of course, can be beneficial to the people of Tobago. But one, he needs to be accessible and he needs to be truthful to his word. He's developing a reputation, Tommy, of someone whose word you cannot take.
Who's that?
That's Fali out of Tobago.
Okay.
So when a politician says something to you, you always have a pinch of salt with it. But for some strange reason, he's developing a reputation. When he says something to you, you have to take a truck of salt with it.
You have to take a truck of salt. Oh, why he's embellishing, or
is he?
Don't taste good? Or why?
Is he taking a page out of the current leader of the country book?
I don't know if it's that or if he is just deciding among himself to not listen to the noise and do things his way. But that's fine too. But if you're doing things your way, you must show people where you're taking them. So you just can't be leading with no sense of direction or policy out there for people to mark your leadership by. Else you're just going to be all over the place.
And maybe he wants to make Tobago autonomous, like some other nations in the world that have the same population count. I personally find They should give Tobago their autonomy and let them run their own thing and be on their own. That's what I feel.
And that's fine. If that's what he wants to do, then that is fine. But that must also be made clear that this is what he's doing.
To get break away from them and run your own show, and leave Trinidad in the mire or whatever. But Tommy, I don't know. I don't know if Trinidad. I know, I don't know if Trinidadians ready for any, like what's gonna become of the three ships on the whatever, right, on the emblem. What's gonna become on the coat of arms? What's gonna become of the 3 ships?
That conversation is still ongoing. I have not heard that conversation within the last month or so. Everybody's
because if that conversation is still ongoing, everything, a whole lot of things got to change. The money, the this, the that, right? Wherever you see the coat of arms, at what expense are you putting the people that have passports and have to pay for new? Are they going to have to pay for new passport? Is my birth paper now going to change? I got to go get new birth. Is that the government's way of getting moolah from more moolah?
In my humble opinion, I think those issues that they raise are usually red herrings and deflections from other issues. So it runs its course. It talks for 9 days, then they rest them down, and we move on to the next topic. I don't see them doing more with it.
And what about property tax? People lining up to pay the property tax. Who are they paying it to? And are we gonna get some transparency as to how much is collected and how is it being spent, or that going in somebody's coffers and disappearing? Anybody have any? Imbert, you want to come on the program and discuss that with us? When I pay my property tax, where it going? What you doing with it? Where is it being held? Huh? I want to know. Did you pay property tax, Ms. Wells?
No, I haven't gotten the form yet. They usually send you a form in the mail. I guess they didn't come around to my areas yet. I have not received my form.
That's really something. Right? They make a deadline and still haven't assessed.
Remember, Tommy, when they did the exemption form for people to come? You remember the hiccups, all the stuff that went on, right? Remember, right? And how it crashed. And you know what? Recently, I reacquired my Trinidad and Tobago passport. That form that they give you, it has a glaring glitch on it. I said, but look, madness here, right? And if I didn't catch it, it could have become a headache for me. I said, but this shouldn't be, because they're asking for a recommender, and then on the other side, the person that was going to be the recommender, they didn't say that they have to be, or your reference, they have to be over, can't be over 65 or retired. They have to have a business. You see what I mean? It cost me to go and get another form, and that form is a mess. A mess. Everything you try to present truthfully in Trinidad and Tobago, and they treat you as suspect.
Top of the hour is coming up.
Yep.
Stand by.
You're listening to WZYE 95.9 FM. You are listening to WZYE 95.9 FM, the most influential name in Caribbean radio in the tri-state area. Broadcasting from East Orange, New Jersey, the most influential name in Caribbean radio. WZYE 95.9 FM.
Okay, we're going to be taking calls again.
Yeah, so I guess we can open up the lines and allow people to get it. I know they probably want to chat with us.
And the number to call tonight is 973-609-6509. That's 973-609-6509.
Oh boy, somebody waiting.
Welcome. You're live on WZYE.
Good night again, Mr. Amstem. Mr. Tommy. Good night, Mr. Isha. Good night, Miss Diana. So I listened to the conversation, And I hear Ms. Diana say, time for something new, right? But in the history of Trinidad and Tobago politics, it's a two-party race. Trinidad is not mature enough yet to have a third party because we have some dinosaurs still existing that vote on party, not policies. So we can say the two-party is time to change. You can compare that UNC had 5 years, then the People Partnership only had 5 years, and expect to make an impact to change the lives of the people. They could do limited with that, limited time, but they never get the opportunity to have 3 straight terms to see what the benefits and what is the non-benefits. But if you look back in history, when Pandey won election, he had $9 or $10 a barrel of oil, and he tried to change the dynamics of Trinidad and Tobago, made people afford to buy a car, not the 1% alone making money. He's trying to spread the wealth, trying to create people, be black. And when I mean black, I talk about Indian and Africa because all of you is black. Because I live in America, I mix, and I can consider myself either or is black. So he tried to change the dynamics in Trinidad and tried to create equity, trying to make people be able to own a business. And a lot of black people, Indian, African, open car business. You see, that is the thing when Mr. Isha was saying, spreading the wealth equally in the national anthem. They say every creed and race find an equal place, but it's not existing. And I will go as far to say it is not existing with the PNM government, because from inception, there was the only party was existing. They had no challengers. When they did have a challenger, and I'm going as far as to say NER, what happened? They overtook the country. And I always ask myself this question: if PNM was in power, would you think it would have had a coup? There's a little food for thought. But Ms. Diana, you can't compare the two parties because UNC had 5 years and a People Partnership, not UNC, had a 5 years. So right, it was a two-party race, and be it maybe next 20 years, the young people, the dinosaurs will go and the young people will start voting on policies. And it's happening right now because if you look at a lot of TikTok videos and so forth on social media, they're thinking differently. So look on this thing, guys, and I'd like to hear your views on that.
Thank you, Mr. Florida.
But to respond to the caller, Tommy, do you remember when there was a critical vote inside Parliament and UNC abstained? You remember what they were voting about, and UNC abstained from the vote. This is why.
Maybe Aisha will remember.
I don't remember what the issue was, but they did abstain.
Was that?
So this is why I said it, and it was important. I think it was something to do with either the pandemic or something. But I'll research it if anybody in the chat remembers. And they abstained, and that is why I said, and it was important to the people of Trinidad and Tobago. That's why I said, okay, if they go abstain, the next one want to run things down it, then we need something new. We need something new. That's what I say. But historically, I know whenever there's a coalition of parties, the incumbent is always ousted. I know this, right? So let's see if that will be, it not be new, but an old new. But I honestly believe to go a new route. I'm tired of the same old.
Right. Aisha?
Yes, go ahead. Take the call.
I'll take the call. WZYE, you're live.
Good night, Mr. Good night, Uncle Tommy.
Here at KFC.
Good night, Storm. Good night, Queen. was already back in the smile. So I show up.
So wait, now I can't watch in the background, my background and smile. I can't do that, KFC. Eh? Child?
I like that smile. I like that smile. That smile, I'm blushing at you. Wow. Was Uncle Tommy?
Yes, sir.
That man on the TV, the video in there. You have booked any program, you know?
I don't know.
Yeah, but I take you off of the program for the night.
Who you talking about? Who you talking about, me?
No, he's talking about this gentleman over here. So you want to call the PM?
You know how KFC was his name?
Tell us.
I gave KFC that name. KFC calling the program. He's called me his godmother. I gave him his name. He started calling the program sitting in KFC on Independence Square using their Wi-Fi. He was so addicted to the radio. He used to sit down in KFC from sun up to sundown using the Wi-Fi to call
People's Wi-Fi.
So I called him KFC and he just went with it, and he has been KFC on radio for about 5 years now.
KFC is an acronym for can't cook.
Listen now, KFC. Now you know he not in KFC again. He get phone card now. You gotta call your phone card.
Or you get Wi-Fi at his house.
I know.
Yeah, man. So the people they're calling in. So you know, I just want. You see the murder rate. Oh God, I don't want to. Please, I always tell people. I remember as a young lass in Trinidad when I left high school. You walk in Eastern Main Road. You're going to Fete at Dagger Hall and Perseverance Hall and in Port of Spain. You know all the various discos, and you could get off. I lived in St. Augustine, up by the UE there. I could get off in Kireb Junction and walk through the, and nobody ain't trying to snatch me and thief me. Otherwise, guys are just, sweetness, where you going now? So going on. I could walk with you, sure. And then make sure you get, what happened to that? What happened to that peace and that love? And, you know, when I go to Trinidad, I have a driver, my godson father, to take me from point A to B to C, back to B to A. I don't go nowhere. I don't go nowhere walking around. And I try to put on regular looking clothes. You know what I mean? A dusty old t-shirt, a raggedy looking jeans. I keep my mouth shut most of the time because they'll pick it up. You know, I like my TNT.
And I want to get a Trinidad and Tobago for you, Diana, where you could come and wear your nice clothes because you know you love to dress, your nice handbag, your nice shoe.
Yeah, and step.
And you step in.
And nobody ain't trying to rape me and rob me and kidnap me and all that kind of thing. What really going on? I know we have the men flipping out, killing the women, chopping children. What is going on? The stress, the emotional and the financial stress.
We're going to take this call.
Let's see.
Caller, you're live on WZYE.
Hey, Uncle Tommy, it's me again.
Yes, sir.
Uncle Tommy and Isha Wells and Stormy, what happened? I was in Trinidad last year, September, right? But I'm not afraid to go away because I born and grew in Lavati from the age of 3 months. The money growing in the back of Success School. It had an empty lot. Now it's a top house built up there. But it had a little field there right on the side of Success School in Lavati there. I had my name in there, my African name in there right there with my candle dagger. You understand? I don't afraid to go nowhere. When I come to Trinidad, I go anywhere in Lavati. I don't study all I believe in if I had to dead so, I go dead so. That's how I just move. So when I come home, I even make a video on the back road, on the private road in Lavati there. Right after you pass but it had a big hole, like a big water bus. And I driving coming up on the back road. And when I see that hole, Uncle Tommy, I pull over the car so one time. You know, where you going? Man, I come out the car and I start making a live video. And I say, heavy, all you are making this video live for you. Look at this hole. You know the people in the community start stopping and asking me for help. Reno, Where do they fixing the road? Drivers stopping and telling me what's going on. That they try to fix the hole themselves and police stop them. Police tell them they can't fix the hole to put in the hole. Imagine that in Lavantino, right? I was down by Simpsons there because it was my father funeral I was dealing with. Right outside Simpson. I inside Simpson funeral home. All I hear is 5 shots. When I come out, a man whole brain on the ground. They shoot a man on the ground right there.
Jeez.
You understand? But I tell you, he just pull up there and I can't pull up alongside him and bossy all the brain on the floor. I witnessed that when I went to in September of last year. You know, had some war going on. Then about a few hours after or the next day, around the same area, they had another killing again. But what I'm saying is, with all that was going on, me frightened because I believe in a certain type of way of life. You know, however you have to die, ain't nothing going to change the way you have to die. So you must never be afraid of them. And it's everywhere. I was all up in the back of Prescott lands, all up in Chuakak. I was everywhere. When I went to, me don't afraid to go nowhere because I just say with all these people doing, they know what they're doing. You know, you just had to know, you know, certain hours of the night, you can't go certain places. That's the main thing of it. You understand? You have better chances in the day. Because as I say, I went Belmont Unisec, I used to walk through from Belmont over Laventille, they all through up on block 42, block 22, and they come through back all through over, walking down past the street, come to the back and come out in Trinbago, all in over, walking. You understand? So I don't really study to fright. But what I say is, as I say, Isha Wells, if you decide to do anything like what I talk about in the first contribution, it ain't going to have no leader. You don't have to go to no leader in order for what you want done, get done. You know why? You support this you will have because power is everything. And when them see that you have the minds of the young ones, and they know that the old ones going to digest now, and they know that the only hope for them to stay there is for them say the young ones to be part of them, you will get everything you want done. You will be like the Prime Minister. Because, as I say, nobody never weakened PNM. In the history of the PNM, no independent representative have never won a seat in the East-West Corridor. In the 56 years or whatever of election, it never happened. And for some reason, I don't know if people, I don't know what it is, but I believe in the situation of Trinidad and Tobago today, we have never been in this position, you know. This is the worst ever. And anybody stand up to do what I said to do and they get that seat, whichever you turn, because I don't expect you to go and give the seat back to the person who lost it. So I'm not expecting you to go back and give the seat to the PNM because they lost it. And the reason why they lost it is because the youth do not want the PNM. And when you make your arrangement behind closed doors because it wouldn't be in public, and the agreement and the decisions you making, the power is in your hands at that time. And because the people supported you, you at that point in time must make the right decision, knowing that you have thousands of young people on your side. And if they don't give you what you're supposed to get, you know what can happen when you say, okay, this is what you're doing? When the whole of Port-au-Prince and the whole country shut down, because every one of the people that supported you is by the parliament or instant, and nothing can happen. This is what we're talking about. I am talking about that as something that people never see before. And if you study history all over the world, anytime it has anything, any type of uprising, it's the young people make things change. And the young people just need a leader, they need a guide, they need somebody to take that one step forward, and the support will be behind. And if you need money to go to make that happen, the amount of thousands of people will support you. Obama take $1 from everybody, and how much millions and billions of dollars he get from taking $1 from everybody in the election campaign. That's all I had to say. All right, food for thought. I go on.
Yeah, you know, Aisha.
Yes, Tommy.
You know, based on what he said, it brought me back to what you initially started the conversation about the security and the police, and whether or not Miss Atlanta is calling. Let's take this call. We'll address that later. Miss Atlanta, come in. Welcome.
Hi, good evening again. I am seconding that motion, Isha. Okay? You heard the passion in the child speaking. I don't know if you are worried. You have to be that person. Now, I'm not telling you you must do something, but, you know, I'm listening to that guy speaking. And if he could have that, it must he have hundreds more thinking like him, if not thousands. And let me tell you, don't forget it's $1 everybody gave. If it's only $1 you need from thousands of people and you get what thousands of dollars, you know. You don't have to be $1 million and, you know. But Aisha, if anybody had to win, I always say, it has to be you. And again, Aisha, you heard what the caller said. You are going there, not as a moving person, not as a beggar. You understand? You stand your ground, and you will be the leader. You will be the person to reckon with. I didn't tell you who you're going up. You're going up independent or with who you think is the correct person or whatever. But whatever move you make, it will be the correct move. And as he says, nobody ever win. Nobody ever, from since Eric Williams days way back when, ever took that seat, those kind of seats, P&M seats, right? And it needs somebody. This we just moaning, everybody moaning about how the country is and how it's going. It's a desperate, it's a rock bottom stage. It can only go up. We have reached right down to the bottom, you know. And I'm listening to that child because it's a child to me, that child voice and the passion, right? You can't tell me one person thinking like that, right? But the only thing is, the same passion is speaking with is if you have to be there, they have to have that same passion to be behind you. Correct. So because the people, the people are always the power. The power is with people. The power is not something to say I have to have money. The people is power. If you have the people behind you, that's the power behind you. You know, at least that's what I think. You know, I'm just thinking like that. I could be wrong, but I just listen to that child. And looking at you on screen there, it's not to say home wrap up in bed. You actually came out and sit there to the nation. You are speaking, and like Tommy on Wall Street, and I don't know Diane, but Diane seems like another warrior.
Diana.
Speaking to the public, right to the people. Because remember, when you're waking up a child, you don't go and say, hello, get up. You have to wake up a people, you know. Because when they're sleeping is something else. That's why I like to listen. I don't really like to call. I like the callers because I like how the callers think. Remember, I'm from the old school, you know. So, but I know that even in our old days, we old people had more passion, more get up and get than these people sitting down. Oh gosh, everybody is sitting down like they collapse and they're tired. Because we didn't have, what do you call this thing again? Social media. You all have a touch button. We don't have social media. You could open your mouth, ask Aisha or Diane or Tommy and say, hey, people, and you are heard around the world. And you are heard instantly. You don't have to write like me, write a letter, get a pen, paper, buy a stamp, put it in the envelope and send it and all this kind of thing. You all have instant. You're not there in front of everybody. You know, and I find that's a good, I'm just saying that. One thing I should said, if the system has to change, and if the system has to change, who is to change it? That is where, if the people who know the system has to change, have to be the ones to change it. Like if Diane, they're you, they're Tom. You have to people who have to change the system be there. So let me give somebody else a chance. Okay, Aisha.
Thank you, Miss Atlanta.
Hi.
You know, when I ran for council in 2018, I ran as a councillor at the Port of Spain.
We'll take this. In WZYE, you're live on WZYE.
Uncle Tony, good night to you, Uncle Tony.
Yeah, Kunji.
Good night to you, Aisha Welsh. And good night to you, Diana. What a program. Uncle Tony had to be a little more stiff on that border.
It's okay.
Them Trinidadian based scholars telling that how they're getting through, the foreigners getting through, you know. And I had to tell you, you know.
Well,
but Aisha Welsh and listeners all over the world, Uncle Tony and Diana, in the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago, some of the most depressed areas is the areas that support the People's National Movement from since 1956. If Aisha Welsh had to go forward as independent and to be in politics, Aisha Welsh need to tell the PNM, bye-bye. I give you 20-something years of my life. And after that 20-something years, I see nothing in my community. I see my community get worse and worse and worse. No kind of growth. The only option in politics, I believe, and I would give Aisha Welsh 100% advice, is to go towards the United National Congress. The only opportunity your community have is the political party that raise disability grant, raise old age pension, raise everything that your community benefit from, your tribe benefit from, my tribe benefit from, and citizens of this country benefit from. Independence would make no sense. 29,000 electorate in Lamanti area. That's only $29,000 you will make. That's only $29,000 if everybody put $1. That is not enough money. You need to be amongst the United National Congress now. And that's what if you watch on all the views and all the chat over there, most of those people them, 99% of those people them that sending love right now is UNC members. And that is showing me that UNC members welcoming you in the United National Congress, Aisha Welsh. Time to tell the People's National Movement, I give you 20-something years of my life, and you do nothing for me, you do nothing for my community. Activists, the PNM activists, and them crying right now. Walk away from that political party. Turn your backs, troops, and walk away. The opportunities have in the United National Congress for you in this country is to develop yourself and develop your community and develop your people. It's time for your people to get the opportunity that they deserve. You're not getting that under the People's National Movement. Stuart Young family getting that. Faris Alwari family getting that. Rohan Sinanan family getting that. Not your tribe. You hear them, you see how brave them talking? You see how brave them speaking in Parliament? Uncle Tony?
Yep.
Uncle Tony, no action and take place. The Speaker of the House never put it towards the disciplined Parliament privilege. This man using obscene language in our Parliament and saying that the opposition leader going in and zombie with other woman in the bathroom. And he was allowed to say that.
Oh, God.
He was allowed to say that with no disturbance. Nobody does nothing about it. 2 days after, the Speaker of the House come to discipline the UNC members and say nobody must throw talk over here after they done do the damages. For all the years I know the Parliament, that behavior was never tolerated, and we accept that. So if the little children them children that fighting in school, hearing the ministers and them speaking so in Parliament, could we tell the little children them don't can't speak to the elders them so in school? Hey, Uncle Tony?
Nope.
When we accept that, Isha, well, it's time to walk away from the PNM, tell them bye-bye. There's a waste of time and support the United National Congress. Don't go independent at all. Only the $29,000 you're going to make. Them PNM people them in that area, they have no money. Them crawling and crying right now.
Coach, we got to leave it there because other calls are coming in.
All right, Uncle Tony. Go with the UNC.
Thank
we
you.
need you. We want you over there.
Thank you, Kunji. Isha, you're getting...
Right. So I was about to say something.
Go ahead.
When I ran for councillor in 2013, I ran for the community of East Dry River, to be exact. That's where I was from. And the largest amount of young people from East Dry River came out and voted for me in that election. But that in itself was a task. So literally every day I had to up and remind the youth how important vote.
Isha, reporters here.
Okay, take reporter.
Reporter, turn off your device and listen to us on the phone.
Yeah. I do that. Hear me?
Yes, we can hear you clearly.
Okay, Isha, and tell the lady again, good night. Now, what's going on? It's 2 phones I'm using, right? One is the program going on one phone, and I'm calling from my next phone, so it was no computer using. But anyhow, I listen to the brother from over there, they call him over the friend, right?
No, that's Brooklyn.
It was Brooklyn talking. It was Brooklyn that spoke.
That was Brooklyn that spoke?
Yes.
Okay, well, get one. Anyhow, I felt, let me tell you something. You see an independent candidate in Trinidad and Tobago, that is something the PNL is very afraid of. Very, very, and especially if it come out. You know, this Mr. Fabian went up in St. Joseph. They really kill him. But when it's going on with this time with the state of the country and the performance of Dr. Rowley in the country right now, an independent candidate could beat the PNM in the current year. For instance, when the item is here, I hear not feedback.
Hold on. Yeah, you go ahead and talk. Go ahead, reporter.
Okay, all right. Now, you see, this political beast, the PNM, let's call them a beast party. Now, let me tell you something. To remove them, you have to come in a direction where you're not expecting. For instance, Leons, Mr. Leons and over the 19 years to come, they will look on the secret program such as this. Now, Leon becomes an independent with Mover supported. Mover is the biggest community in Trinidad and Tobago. He don't want to join none of the two parties. He could just go here and stand up. Liberty is something like Mover too. People like Isha in the parliament who have to really join. Because remember, Dr. Rowley's a man promised to bring them Lavanti already for people, you know. Remember we have a minister that security wanted to bring up people to protest along. This is what's going on. Now, Isha is a girl could change the scope of Lavanti. She could do that. You will see when I find some kind of spots in Lavanti, in Mover and Lavanti, you will believe. I shall be anyway. The people know Isha, but they see that comes with the PLM and Lavanti and Mover, that getting break fast. Dr. Rowley did us a favor to make us break that spell in these areas. Now, this election coming here, there's going to be some sad face in this country, you know. It's no how. Right now, I just run on the road. Isha, you know where I just be. You know how come the ground is. Let me tell you something. The people waiting on the opportunity, but what I am watching the political election observers. I think I hear nobody speak about that. We have to keep that in the public domain. Am I coming across?
Yep.
Right. So to the opposition, I don't think we should have every Sunday we have a press conference with you all. I would like that to be always announced to the population, to the media houses in Trinidad and Tobago. Remember, nobody didn't leave this country for Dr. Rowley in no will. Dr. Rowley and Mr. Ingles cannot give accounts for money. That is history in Trinidad and Tobago. It's the first time the general ever cried, and I still ask you, Guardian. The other day you celebrated 100 years in Gazette in this country. I want to find out from you, was there any time an auditor general under John Horan, Rivers, and all the corruption we speak about? We ever had a complaint from an auditor general? Where are we going with this government with this kind of behavior? Where is that money really leaving that Jesso? Where would I not have man and the block was looking at shop for somebody, you know? Like that man can catch the money and make space for other callers. Good night, Trinidad and Tobago.
Thank you, Mr. Reporter. Now the fourth estate is sleep at the wheel, Aisha.
So I was explaining that I had to literally sit on the block every single day and remind the young people how important it is to vote, and that in itself was a task, because they would tell me things like, I still had to get up and look for, I don't care who in government, which is a fact. They would tell you things like, me not a politician, you know, but because it's you, I will go out and vote. So long and short in the story is I got them to come out and vote. The young boys came off the block and they went and they voted for me. When I was elected councillor for East Port of Spain, I went in with the notion that I have a lot of things to do. I have so much to accomplish, and I am going to reform East Port of Spain. And listen, Isha had a whole lot of plans for East Port of Spain. Only when I got into council, I realized that councillors did not have any real power. So half of the plans that I had for East Port of Spain, I could not accomplish. I had to, of course, implement what little I can, but go back to the Member of Parliament for assistance. At the time, my Member of Parliament was deceased Marlene MacDonald. Marlene and MacDonald and Isha Wells never got along. That is no secret. So even if I had ideas that I wanted to implement coming from me, most likely Marlene would not take. And because the trust was given to me by these young people to come out and vote, and I wasn't able to deliver on the things that I wanted to, I would have let their trust down. I'm telling all of my own personal story. So for me to come back now in 2024, 2025 and tell these same young people that I walked through in 2013 that, listen, I need all to vote for me because I'm going to do this, and that, how do you think they're going to look at me? We voted for you already and nothing didn't happen. We voted for you and you made promises and you couldn't deliver. And I'm saying that to say, for me, my word is my bond. I come from East Port of Spain and I understand the challenges in our community. I understand the challenges of the regular man on the ground. I understand what it is not to have. Isha Wells don't have. And that is the reality. So the struggles of the everyday people, I understand it. So if I go in there, I would want to assist people like me. But I still have to go back to somebody who may not agree with me, my policies, my plans, or fine, who is she from Laventille, feel she could come and help these ghetto youths on their own ideology. And then end up with having all the golden intentions to institute change, but getting nothing done because I had to go to somebody to get it done.
The same way you explain it to us, you don't think you can explain it to the voter, a potential voter?
Yes, and I can. But explaining it to the potential voter who wants results, Tommy, I could go on the block and watch a man now who don't have one vote, knowing that I can into the community to help.
Right. let's take this call and we'll get back to your discussion. Mr. Intellectual.
Good night again, Uncle T, Sister Diana, and
Isha Wells.
Sister Aisha and Sister Aisha. I would like to address Sister Aisha specifically in the sense that she earlier said that she had a dream, right? The only person who could fulfill that dream is you. You must map out exactly what it is you desire, how you decide to go about fulfilling that dream, and the time frame that you have to fulfill that dream. Now, from my understanding, you had an earlier political career, and you had some influence with the PNM, and you have that kind of skill to motivate people to rally the forces and them together. You need to put all those things together and start working on it. And for all you know, in the next 10, 15 years, you might be the Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago. The question is, if you really desire that, and if you have that dream, how are you going to work towards it? Are you putting yourself in the areas that is necessary to see that dream fulfilled? Those are the questions that you need to be asking yourself. Those are the questions that you need to be working on. And whether or not you're really serious about it, if you're serious about it, then it's going to happen. But the question is, are you going to allow somebody to steal your dream? That's a question to you, Sister Aisha.
Food for thought. Thank you so much for sharing.
Okay.
Aisha?
Yes?
I mean, let me tell you something. The support you're going to get is going to be overwhelming if you decide that you want what people want for you.
You know what I don't understand, Tommy? If she was the counselor, why is it, and this is what when I made my statement, I know I have a poetic brain. The oppressor is only as strong as they are because they have accomplices amongst the oppressed. Here you are elected, but you have to go through McDonald, and she not working with you. She is an accomplice to oppressing your people. And that is why they should be given term limits. Give them term limits. This is what I'm talking about. Accomplices amongst the oppressed. You trying a thing, she ain't want to work with you. Where your people is being oppressed by the accomplice McDonald. Want to go?
Call back, caller who just called. Call back. I just didn't get to you fast enough. You can call back. But Aisha, if I tell you something, you will be amazed. I'm looking at you and I see my daughter.
Hey, do a DNA test, Aisha. So he was a wild child, you know. Do a DNA test. I know who my papi is.
Anyways, welcome to the WZYE. You're live.
Yeah, hi, Tommy. I just called because I heard somebody speaking to Isha, and I was listening to Isha, and I did not know, but remember, I did not know Isha's story, like, when she won and all those kind of things. My pet peeve is, when you won, it matters not what feelings you have or what feelings Marlene, if Marlene is your point of contact or whatever it is, when you go to do business, you put aside. I don't care what she thinks of me or how you never go. When you're doing the people's work, you put the people's work. I would have still gone down, talk to her, and then you mustn't feel. And then, as you said, you disappointed the people. I did not know you made promises, because one thing I always say, I ain't telling nobody no promise. I am promising that I can't fulfill. So they have to go because they want me, and they know I'm a driving force, and I will make whatever it is happen, right? They have to look and see my work, and then they could say, I'm not going on promises. I don't believe no politician on promises, right? And I look at their track record. I looked at what they did. Say they were going to do, and they do it, or even they didn't do it. They help the people. Not so much promises. I see their work, right? I see their work. No politician come and tell you, I'm going to give you that. Or come like a man tell him when he love you, so he's going to bring down the moon and stars. Would you believe that? He have to tell you he'll bring down the moon and stars. What he will tell you, that he'll bring the devil. He have to tell you that. So I don't go on promises. But even if you tried, and I know you tried, and I know how you felt, you said you felt that you couldn't, I would have gone back to that same people and let them know whatever happened. They and all would have come. I can't understand, as Diane says, you see that counselor thing? Even without me in office, like you remember you got to go in there, you were in there. I don't have to be in there to go in, darling. Anything happened to me and I find in my counselor or whoever owned the place, I hear people, the road fixing, and it's years. I said, what? So why you all don't know what to do? Open the office, right? If they're not picking up rubbish, I put rubbish in the office. It's how fast they'll get. No, you have to do things. You have to do things. You are not going in. Isha, I did not know. I know how people will vote for you and things, that you went in there. And then you see what, you had no power, they had no, you had to go to the Marlin and you have to, all them things had to change with me, because I am not up in office, and I will make things change, even without me being in office, if it affected me. It's just that these things never affected me. I hear people come to me and tell me, look, we don't get water, could you do that? And I am not in nothing, it doesn't bother me. And I'm telling you, why you all sitting down there? I never had to fight for not that I wanted, because it's dear. And not because I'm in a rich place. I'm talking, even if I was in a poor place with no water and all kind of thing, it happens. You do what you have to do. Don't sit down and wait. You don't sit down and wait. But I still feel people, regardless of you said you were young and naive and all kind of things, that's why you went with bright ideas and with your dreams and things. But you can always, what I mean? I would not look at you if you come to ask me for a vote, if I'm one, to vote again and say that I promised, you didn't deliver. Look how many times there are people not delivering them and they still believing and loving them. In Lavantin and all that, right? So, I don't know. I did not know your story, but it's unfortunate. But they're young too. You remember you're young and naive, you know what I mean? So you just know. Anytime you go in a place, you walk like you walk. You are in charge. You just walk. So even if it's not so, you walk and talk like that.
Hello?
Right? So I wish if you go, I know if you go, the people will still be behind you somehow. And don't think on promises and they say I didn't think. Tell them as it is. Look, you see this, the last time I went, I had to see them people and all. Well, I don't know, and I know you won't be a PNM. Okay? That's number one. If you have to go and be a PNM, don't worry to go. Because if, as you say, didn't do nothing for all the years, you sit down and you rejected a PNM life, if you have to go up, it would not be as a PNM. That is like sucking, eating vomit. No. Go up as your own or with who you think you could go with, but not as a PNM. If you have to go, at least that's my silly advice. Okay.
Thank you, Miss Atlanta.
Have a good night. Have a good evening.
Same to you. Welcome, Mr. Brooklyn.
Yes, Uncle Tommy, good night again.
Good
and I want to say thank you to reporter for understanding the mindset, the intelligence and the move that I'm speaking about, because Kunji come and say about the only thing is doing. See, Kunji, no matter who you put in the Swiss corridor, especially Lavantin over, at UNC, no matter how much we love them, they're not going to be the PNM Kunji. Kunji, I don't understand, it's a different move you have to make. If you don't know how to fight for Kunji, learn something. You must go up independent first. And she was keeping the PNM. She know all the techniques of the PNM. She go up independent with the support of us. we can get Isha Wells to be a winner, as an independent winner in the East-West corridor. We can win that 21 city PNM have. And after that, Kunji, once Isha Wells make the right decision into putting the right government around the country and things start to go the right way, then she can put on that yellow jersey you Kunji want she put on, and she will have she support base because she will be able to work within the UNC because they will be like a security for her. They should stand on the side and watch her as an independent winner to destroy the PNM in a place that they have never been beaten yet. Kunji, you see, sometimes you must understand. I am happy that reporter who is very experienced in politics understand what I am speaking about. So, Kunji, give me a chance for that UNC thing right now. Because we love the UNC now. But we have to try to beat the PNM for the UNC to get a chance.
Strategy.
And all the judges want to say UNC. But people not going to vote for the UNC just so. You have to understand the techniques and the strategy we use. And yes, Uncle Tommy. Because if you went this way, Kunji, it will be PNM, and you will be there just talking. So thank you, reporter, as a person who is well experienced in politics to understand what I am saying. Isha Wells have to go on her own, do what she has to do. And once she do it, and I am telling you, she will do it. I myself will come. And then every night I have to have a meeting on Mobile Junction Day, and the whole of Mobile on the junction. And traffic guys will pass. I will come to that and do that. Once she make that decision, I go on. I ain't calling back for the night because I know she had the power in she. I go on.
Thank you, Brooklyn.
And Tommy, remember I talked about change? Change. That's the change I'm talking about. Here the guys tell you, don't go in as a thing, go in as an independent. That is the change I'm talking. That's the brand new I'm talking about. You cannot continue. You know, I'm not interested in the politics because they're not gonna like me. They ain't gonna like me. We ain't gonna get along too well. I know my mouth. You cannot continue the way we are. We cannot continue going down that road. And
We have KFC coming in again.
Personally, I cry for people in
Hold on,
Lavender.
Diana.
Cry.
KFC.
Yeah, good night.
Yes, KFC. The phones are.
Aisha, you can Rowley must go. But God said prayer upon the PNM, but Aisha but go at a dependent PNM.
No, independent can go anywhere with whomever.
But she going independent, but she going right back to the PNM. She got back to the PNM. Aisha, PNM is going to be no matter what, look at Aisha, well, but PNM,
KFC, the only constant in life is change.
Yes.
Cheat, that go like cheating in this first corridor.
KFC, you hearing me?
They're custom vote they can't fall a year. Them like wickedness and bloodstain.
KFC, Aisha is talking to you.
Yeah, KFC.
Oh. I didn't see what she go look at that.
You hearing me now?
Yeah, but I think my hands on the phone. Speak up.
All right. You have oil? You have flour?
Yeah, them about only oil, them about beef, oil, cooking oil, everything. 50 million for entertainment, you know. Them going to get a free call and hotness, you know. Well, Uncle Tommy.
Yes, sir.
I grew up in East West Corridor. Once I PNM was a PNM people like wickedness and stuff for Richard. Them don't want no change. So I locked on list and I gone.
Alrighty.
Tommy, how much money they have in the Heritage and Stabilization Fund?
Let me see if I can Google the answer.
That's
why?
A quick way to find out.
Why they can't find a way to computerize, you know, everybody that, you know, is Trinbagonian, not necessarily us outside, but the ones in there, and take money from there and pump it into people a little bit and help them uplift themselves. Ain't that's what it's there for?
No. You're talking about Guyana. You're talking about Trinidad.
Well, that's what we need to do. How many? I'm sure they have billions in there. They have billions or millions.
Let's see who's here.
How much million people we have in
Caller,
here?
caller here.
1.6.
Good night, Isha. Good night, Miss Diana. Well, I want to say thank you very much. I want to wish everybody a blessings and have a safe night and see you guys again. And Mr. Aisha, it's very refreshing to have somebody like you on the show to express your views. And to me, I support Brooklyn and Kunji and all of them. You have a future in politics, but you are a very brilliant young lady, well articulate, you know what it's about. And I believe even in your timing, when you will step to that political arena, and I support you. And I can see in you, we heard you speak, you will bring change because there's a person on the ground. So I endorse you from across the Florida. Look on this thing, guys. Have a good day.
Thank you, Mr. Florida.
So your question is, according to Finance Minister Colum Embley, on the 5th of September 2024, Heritage and Stabilization Fund stands at US $1 billion.
$1 billion? $6
billion US.
$6 billion? Okay. Yes. So what's so wrong with taking out and propping up, people and let them start
good night, Tommy. Good night, Miss Diane.
Oh God.
Good night.
Murray, is that you?
I just pick up the phone here and just browsing through and see the program going on and see my girl Aisha and see you. Wow, how everybody good? Everybody good?
So far, so good. Thank you.
Bueno.
Aisha,
yes.
You know, yes, my girl are supporting you with any move you make, but the only one I ain't supporting you with is if you're going up as a PNM independent.
What is a
you know, I'm not in that one. So, where you really going up as? You're going up as an independent or how are you going up? How are you doing it?
I have made no announcements to go anywhere. This show has been anointing me since we started about running, who to run, where to run, when to run. So, Murray, that decision has not been made, not by me at least.
Well, I think you better make it, because right now, people are looking for something different. Because you want to get rid of PNM bad, and UNC is not the solution. So we're between a rock and a hard place. So you can make the decision, make it now, because I'm sure you'll get support. You see some kind of stupidness PNM doing things like if they don't care about nobody, because wherever they do, you will still come out and vote for them. And Trinidad have to get serious now to get a party who can really represent the people and not how he has no kind of like no bobblehead, them dolly without be on the dashboard of them car. don't have it like that, because we thinking they're passing all kind of laws out there now that is not beneficial to the public. And nobody is saying nothing, and himself you talk again, ostracized, and boy, I don't know. Trinidad, boy, they're going to hell in a basket right now.
Guys, give me a few minutes.
They're already there, Ulrich. What happened? Everybody gone?
No, I'm here.
Oh, I didn't hear. Yeah, they're already there. Imagine you're traveling and you can't get enough foreign exchange to do things. You can't get foreign exchange to conduct your business. The backward thing, man. Or you go in the bank with who know who, and I want to reopen a bank account in Trinidad and Tobago, because whenever I go there, I have to use my US debit card. They're charging me $42 TT per transaction. Huh? I had to ask about, so I look like Oprah. So I'd rather have an account. It's one set of things to get an account. I said, okay. One set of things to get an account. Anyway, so the change I talked about, Aisha, independent, if that's a change, it's change. We can't continue the same way all the time. But Tommy's approaching top of the hour. He left. Is it near the hour? No, is that 55 or 58? It's almost done.
Is that a somebody we have on the line?
I'm not sure. He's back now. Let me see what's going on in the chat here. Yeah, Neville. Where's the balance
You're
sheet that
live.
no one sees?
Good night. Yes. You're live.
Uncle Tommy, and good night to Diana and PNM Isha. Uncle Tommy, let me tell you what's about Isha. Let me get all the Isha story. Look at Isha come on Mama Guy already tonight. Isha went up against Marley McDonald. In the PNM screening. And they run Isha from Bali's house, they cut she, they embarrassed she, and Isha went straight back to the PNM. And for me, PNM is a cult. PNM works, PNM use spiritual magic against these people. Isha can talk who one night she committing. That's how she is. The PNM do she the worst in history. 21 years Isha behind the PNM. And they never do nothing for her. Nothing. So all I can talk, all the independent talk I want to talk tonight, Isha is not going to go up against nobody. So they do she the worst by body jail. They call she all the names in the book. And she went right back and defend the PNM after. Okay. Isha is not part of the problem. Isha where is the problem? People where money is a banner to protest against vaccine. And Isha was calling police.
Alright.
So Uncle Tommy, I don't want to if you're in company all night, she's singing no commitment. Because Isha is a peer in Isha's grandmother's house on Nelson Street. I grew up with Isha. It's a picture, Jesus, and Eric William, you know. So Uncle Tommy, I can't tell you what Isha will do.
Move a defender. Move a defender. Move a defender. Tommy, are you hearing me?
Yeah, I'm hearing you. You're very low though.
I have to come in there. Move a defender. Leave Isha alone, please.
Tommy, let over defender talk. Diana, let it talk. Here's why. I have done things in my political and radio life that upset people. I am aware of this. I have made decisions.
All right, this is going to be the last call we're taking for tonight. And then we're going to...
But Tommy, let me just say this before my dinner finish. Move a defender. Give these...
Pleasant good evening to you, Marshall, Wall Street, Diana, and Aisha. How are you today?
Paul, will you come out?
Paul, surprise! What a surprise!
Paul, will you come out?
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
What I can say, hi Diana. What I can say though is that I realize the political realm is changing. If you look at the budget parliament debate where our Prime Minister, the Honorable Dr. Keith Christopher Rowley, stated and hinted to Madam Speaker that he will held his head high whilst departing, because he's hinting to the Speaker and to the population of Trinidad and Tobago he's about to depart soon. So with that being said, don't you think that there's going to be a change in the electorate? Don't you think that there's going to be a change in Trinidad and Tobago? We also have to understand the way he said in terms of the 2-year period that we need to embrace a hardship. However, that hardship is for us to avoid going from the IMF. We also have to understand that COVID-19 was here, and as a leader, he's doing the best for the future generation. My take on this overall, based on the budget and the sentiments that was stated by the Prime Minister, he's making way for the future generation, and this budget was to help develop for futuristic purposes. Thank you.
Paul,
wait now.
Tommy,
Diana,
1 minute. Diana, 1 minute. 1 minute.
Hi, Ansel. Good night.
That was Paul?
That was Paul.
Paul. Wait now. That was Paul.
Yeah.
Or Paul?
That was Paul.
Isha, I don't know where you get Paul to drink. Tell Paul put on that drink. Wherever you get Paul to drink.
You have to understand something.
This if we let this chat go, we'll never be able to close off tonight. It's 10 o'clock right now.
Listen, Paul didn't even breathe, you know.
Paul didn't do station ID.
And direct, he didn't stop to breathe.
I say you ain't even gave him a little bit of water.
Let Paul do what he have to do, Let Paul do what he had to do.
I'm going to decline this call.
Paul had
top of the hour, Tony.
Yeah, top of the hour.
Paul with his story, so I understand that Paul has to do what he has to do.
Sing it for suffer.
Tommy, play.
Guess what? Do not let it up. Do not let it up. Let's take this call and get it over with. Caller is the top of the hour, so I wouldn't be able to stay.
See what I was talking about? That's what are we talking about? The sycophant thing. How Paul managed to call him behind me, I don't know. Like either be smelling me or something. But the sycophant thing, and I can't take it. Here we come out and talk there, it's the people that have the confiscated thing today.
I agree.
Look at what you answer me tonight. Look how thick that being swell up and answer me. Like all the stress he's taking on with PNM.
He's on vacation. He's on vacation. We don't want him to have no stress at all.
Answer why that's why yes.
Where have been come from? Anyway, the situation in the country is this: you can't get flights, so that government doesn't want to travel. Can't get to travel because you can't get. Answer my in here, you know. I'm seeing your mouth moving, but I'm not hearing.
He's on vacation.
Oh, yeah,
if his mouth is moving, he's eating.
I
wonder what. What are you eating, answer?
Something
because
a Vegemite sandwich.
Blame like PDD, you know.
Eating a Vegemite sandwich.
But didn't he resign from
yes, so yeah, the seriousness of the country is they're giving away the country to the 1%. And the poor people who's struggling to survive out there gets nothing. So you know what people say it on the ground? All they know UNC that's steep, they'll still get something. On that period, they're steeping, and you ain't getting nothing.
It's top of the hour, so we gotta go.
Back with UNC.
Yeah.
It's top of the hour, we gotta go. So
I gotta go.
Yeah. Call back on Thursday.
Late, but only have a blessed night.
Thank you. We'll call back on Thursday. All right, so let's do this top of the hour.
You're listening to WZYE 95.9 FM. You are listening to WZYE LP 95.9 FM, the most influential name in Caribbean radio in the tri-state area. Broadcasting from East Orange, New Jersey, the most influential name in Caribbean radio. WZYE 95.9 FM.
Listen, I wanted to thank everybody, especially our guest, Aisha, and thank you for coming in tonight, Diana.
No problem.
Oh my God.
Let me say this.
No peace tonight. No peace. No peace. It's space.
Turn down the volume on the phone, Tony.
All right, let me just get. Listen.
Yeah, good night, Mr. Washington, Uncle Tommy.
Yes.
My godmother, Storm. Paul, go back here, also, go back some baby, you know what?
Oh yeah.
Paul, come on.
Yeah, well listen, it's after 10 o'clock, so we're gonna lock off the call and we thank you.
Paul, go back here, see you see outside some baby, right? Paul, fire burn you, right?
Anyway, thank you so much, KFC. Thank you, and good night.
Whoa. I thought he resigned from the PNM. But anyway, go ahead.
I understand that I would have done things in my political life and in my radio life that have people upset with me. I understand that. I am not mad at anybody for sharing their views and opinions, and this is directed to Mr. Mover in particular. However, because I was part of the problem, Mr. Mover, my goal now is to be part of the solution.
Thank you.
Whatever that solution may be. I would just want you to give me the opportunity to prove myself. That's it. I am grown enough to say I was wrong. I am not I'm grown enough to say when I have made mistakes. I'm grown enough to say when I'm sorry. To me, the best leaders are the ones who humble themselves and show empathy. So I want to just put that out there. I want to thank you guys for allowing me to be on the show, Diana. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Tommy. Thank you so much, Wall Street.
Thanks, Tommy.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Aisha. I'm going to tell you something. Tonight got heated.
Gotta do it more often.
We're going to do this again on Thursday, all right? We're going to do it.
You ask me if I'm available Thursday. You're dictating for me, all right?
Aisha, I just want to see your face again on Thursday, God willing, and I thank you so very much. And thanks to all the callers and all the listeners here on WZYE. It's been a gas. It's been one heck of a night.
No closing comments?
Yes, let me hear your closing comments. I'm going to take your closing comments first. I'll go last.
No closing comments from the chat. Thanks, Diana, Aisha. You have put life on the program. Okay, Alberto, keep all your snow up in Canada. Anyway, I want to say it was nice being back here. I was absent. Well, let's say I exited the room because I wasn't feeling well. And I was in a lot of pain. I took care of myself. So anyway, but I'll leave a closing comment here. Government exists for one purpose, to make things better for all people. And people don't change under governments. Governments change. People remain the same. Governments exist for one purpose, to make things better for all people. And to the tax-paying citizens of Trinidad and Tobago, you have the right to be critical of the government and demand change. This is your Storm, your award-winning poet and global ambassador, all that good stuff, bidding you all of Wiedersehen. It was nice sharing the forum with you, Miss Wells. Good night.
Likewise. Good night.
Go ahead, Aisha.
I would have said my closing comments already, but again, I want to thank all the people who came up on the live tonight. So we had almost 125 people viewing, which was a very high number. It was good. I saw new people in the chat and hoping to get some new callers on the next time that I'm here.
Well, looking forward to seeing you here back here with us on Thursday, God willing. Till then, you have a great night.
Bye.
Bye-bye, and thank you. I like to give my closing remarks. Hope is like a road in the country. It was never a road, but when many people walk on it, the road comes into existence. Like I always say, you, the man in the mirror, you have to be that change that you want to see. However, when you look in that mirror, if you don't like what you see, do not blame the mirror. Never look down on a person unless you're giving them a hand up. Love you all. Be safe. See you on Thursday, God willing. Till then, love you all.
night and day. For next to nothing pay, so they can't see the way. We don't enjoy equal facility. Like Pharaoh and company, brainwashing we say we free. We just can't go this way. We just can't go this way. Please deliver us today. We just can't go this way. And to make them oppress us pay. We just can't go this way. So the children could see their way. We just can't go this way. Like you did in Egypt when Pharaoh had the Israelites in bondage. You delivered them, but here again we are in the same khaki van. We have those modern Pharaohs who oppress the poor, who represents Israel. They confuse us with so much lies. Not even thinking that we would realize. And if we criticize, we could be ostracized. We don't know who to trust. That's why I say, Lord, please listen to this prayer that comes from the poor. Please send us another Moses again. Please deliver us.
No, he's done.